Gotta give it a second to get in.
Welcome to Talk of the Tavern. A little about us. We're your at-home interactive weekly geek con, all blended with wit, sarcasm, and a pub-like atmosphere. We're adults talking about adult topics and using adult language. We laugh and make jokes about almost everything. We don't intend to upset, but some folks have their feelings hurt easily. This is all done in humor in the style of the great offenders such as George Carlin, Red Fox, Lenny Bruce, Richard Pryor, Robin Williams, Wanda Sykes, Sam Kinison, George Lopez, Lisa Lampanelli, Chris Rock, and others. So grab your vice of choice, sit back, relax, and get ready to enjoy yourself in the company of great people, hot toddies, and guests alike, because here we come.
Put that long day behind you. Good times lie ahead. With company worth keeping, that'll bash a smile on your head. Come on in, the door's open. You'll find just the finest folks here. Pull up a chair, grab a drink, and lend our stories your ear. Cause we're the talk of the tavern. Here you're always welcome. The talk of the tavern. Promising beer and bedlam. The talk of the tavern. Music, medicine, then some. The talk of the tavern. The song's over. Here we come.
And welcome to Thursday, June 28th episode of Talk of the Tavern. I am Travis Sivart, your host, and my vices today, I am enjoying... I'm not enjoying not being able to read without reading glasses, so let me do this. What kind of tobacco today? Where the hell did I put it? There it is. Okay. Oh, it's Lane's BCA.
Oh, my goodness.
So it's a... What's the matter? What?
Laughing at you.
Oh, good for you. I feel like I have a dime bag that's almost down. But that's tobacco, guys. But yeah, Lane's BCA, which is a very heavy English tobacco. And I'm drinking coffee with sweet Italian crema. What about you, Andrea? What do you got today?
Well, I have coffee. Of course I have coffee. And I have tea for when the coffee's gone. No cigar today. What?
It's a tea. Your cigar's out
No cigar
here.
Today.
Your fancy ashtray.
I know, that's why I don't have one, because I left it in the other room.
Oh, okay.
So, we have our guest, Zolla Marc of Cocoon.
Yay!
Or Zolla Marcs, right? Yeah.
Singular.
And
Hello.
so what's your prices? Oh, one mark.
Yeah, I guess I have coffee. It's nothing special, to be honest.
Is it
Coffee.
Good coffee
I
or
got-
crap coffee?
It's McDonald's coffee.
That's not bad
It's
coffee.
probably,
There's
it's
worse
probably
coffee.
garbage coffee, but it's an extra large double.
There you go.
It's usually my
It's usually
my
like
go-to,
that.
like every time.
Extra large double. I remember well. So Zolla Marc is
Yeah.
a Canadian. He's
Yeah.
a rocker.
A.
He's a metalhead, as well as self-promoting whore. And I mean that with admiration and respect, because self-promotion is so hard to do. Toast! Oh yeah, we need toast. Thank you, Andrea.
See, that's why I have cards.
It is, so she can interrupt me without interrupting me. Hey, really, here's to just jamming hard and rocking out.
And coffee.
Yeah, coffee.
Sometimes coffee is the most we could jam hard and rock out. Share button. Oh, okay. See, Andrea, you got me. Okay, just below the screen, below the video, guys, you can see that share button. Click on that. Let your friends on Facebook, on Twitter, and wherever else you want, let them know that we're here, we're having a good time, and they're not invited. They'll have to crash the party to get in. So that'll show them. That'll bring them.
Yeah, well,
Can I talk to the guests now? Are we good?
now you can.
Okay, I don't know what I'm doing.
Business first.
Okay. Zolla, you're in an elevator. You meet somebody who goes, "You're a musician. What do? You've got 2 floors to tell them. How do you describe your band?"
Deliver the Doom Blues. Doom Blues.
Doom Blues.
2
I
words.
like Doom Blues. So
Doom
now,
Blues.
just for our viewers, I haven't had a chance to listen to his music yet. I mean, besides a few video clips or checking out the YouTube channel. But we have some songs we're going to be playing on here in a few minutes. I love blues, and I love hard rock, metal, etc. How did these fit together for you? How do you do that?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the main blues sort of influences is probably like Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Robin
Gotcha.
Trower, like Frank Marino. It's more like heavy
Yes.
psychedelic sort of blues.
I'm with you.
Like I know, like there's the regular old school blues guys like BB King, Buddy Guy, and all those kind of guys. But I'd say that's way more. It's not as much my style,
Uh-huh.
sort of thing. So it's like you take those more like modern, I guess you say psychedelic, sort of like weird sort of blues, and you mix that with like a sort of Sabbathy, evilish like heavy riffs, but still pop. It's still like pop songs.
So
When you take out the
where'd you get this from? What were you doing, and how old were you when you went, you know what I want to do? That's it.
You mean music in general, or like just this band?
Oh,
Or,
do both. Start with music in general, and then move into what you're doing currently.
Yeah, I mean music in general. It's probably comes from my parents a lot. They probably had a big influence because my house, it's like there's just music happening all the time. My dad used to be in a band in his 20s.
Mm-hmm.
He used to be in an indie band on this label. It was like ska, sort of reggae. They were called the Swinging Relatives. They probably have a video on YouTube if you type in Cabana Sucre. Basically,
Were they around in the early
Cabana.
90s?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was
I
like
may have heard of them. I may have heard of them.
possibly. I mean,
Okay.
yeah. So he was in a band before, and he was doing music, and he's mainly a drummer. So he like bought me kind of like my first guitar.
Mm-hmm.
So I was playing that. Then I switched to drums, and then I find like I get bored easily or whatever. So like I'll switch between a lot of stuff. So I played drums and quit, then skateboarded, then went back to guitar and drums, and then drums was like my main instrument for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I played in my old band Mooch, and then they're still playing. And then from there, it's like I wanted to start my own band sort of thing and be on guitar vocals and do a bit of different styles sort of music. And yeah, pretty much going from there. It's like I find music has always been there, but it's only very serious like now.
Right.
I'd say yeah.
So with your music, with your old band versus the new band where you said, I wanted to start my own band, was that only because you wanted to do a different kind of music? And I'm not looking to get into politics if, you're like, well, I hated that guy.
Yeah.
I don't care about that, but,
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of reasons, like, because mainly I was playing drums in that band sort of thing. It was different style. It's more like stoner rockish, desert rock sort of thing. And I still like the music, but I also wanted to play guitar vocals for a while. I was writing a lot of like my own songs. I just had a lot of songs to the point. I just wanted to start this own thing, and basically, I don't know, just different style and just different band sort of thing. Because obviously, even this band, maybe it's not gonna be the band for the rest of my life,
it won't
sort
be.
of thing. But maybe, I don't know.
Well, from what you've
But,
told
like,
me, you like
can't-
to do different things and move around a
Yeah.
little, so I am willing to bet. I mean, you may have it stick with you, but you're definitely going to do other stuff too. I mean, now you were scheduled to be on 2 weeks ago, and you bailed on us with notice, and you did it right, man.
Yeah.
Because you
Awesome.
had to fill in for your sister's band's
Yeah.
tour. How'd that gig
Yeah,
go?
exactly. Yeah, it was good. Basically, I filled in on that tour and did the rest of like the 2-week tour. Went across Canada. I was playing on drums. Their band name's Foolish,
Uh-huh.
from here in Montreal too, and they're like ska, dub, reggae, rock sort of thing, like mixed in.
I need a few tracks
And,
from her too then.
Yeah, I mean, if you go on, I don't have them on my computer, but like I'm sure they have their website too, like foolishmtl.ca or like Foolish.
When you get off here, if you had a good time and you like what we did, you tell your sister,
Yeah.
get in touch with this guy, get on his damn show.
For sure, I could.
We'll
Yeah.
tell the world.
Yeah. That way, when I'm getting
All right.
music, there's a reason for it, and she's getting the support that she deserves because she busts ass. I don't think there's enough ska reggae around anymore. And with reggae,
Yeah.
it was when it was big in the 80s and 90s. I felt like it was a much more stoner culture than music culture. It was great music, and I loved the music, but the people it drew were quite often there, especially the white people. They were there to get stoned instead of listen to music. Music was a
Right,
bonus.
Right.
Right,
Just like
white people.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could kind of. I mean, if you're saying that, you could basically compare that to not to hate on it, but the EDM, like I don't know, dubstep or whatever DJ scene that's happening. It's like
That sounds
find a lot of people are just. It's more like get high, party. I'll go
Yeah.
because all my friends are going, and it doesn't really matter as much what music, as long as there's that like that beat going.
I
They're
love
all gonna
it.
go there and party.
When I
Because you'll
rock-
see that like. Yeah.
Sorry, finish up.
Okay. Yeah, because you'll see that at gigs. Like, we just played in Vernon with my sister's band on the tour in Vernon, I think, in BC.
Mhm.
We're playing there, and we had a really good crowd at this place, the Drake Pub. We played like 3 45-minute sets.
Nice.
And then while we're playing, there's the DJ, sort of, not even a band, just the DJ with his
Right.
computer plugged into his PA system. And it was had the basement show happening. But when you go there, it's like a whole nother world. Like, it's just like, I don't know, like 100 people just like partying and just like sweaty and hot and stuff like that. And then when you come back upstairs, we're doing like a reggae dub ska sort of thing. And then it's like completely different, but same night, same exact bar sort of thing. So it's
Yeah.
like,
I go upstairs
see that
and
a lot.
downstairs. I love
Sure.
variety. And dubstep, for me, is great to write to because there's no words to pull me out of my words I'm creating. So, you know, that has its place. But then when I want, well, a different mood, different thing, depending what I'm doing, you know, I want different music.
yeah. I mean, I feel like in general, most people, I mean, most fans, they just want to go out to a show to have a good time and party and stuff like that. So, like, because I was some interview or article, like Frank Marino,
Hmm.
he's not playing as much now. Like, he was this legendary guitarist in the 70s. He's still alive and he's from Montreal. And, like, he was saying the same thing about California Jam. He was saying, like, most of the people weren't there really for the specific bands. They're there, like, party, have a good time, and just go there because it's just a festival. They didn't really care as much about which bands. They just liked every band and
Right.
just all like got high and whatever they did like back then.
Right.
Sort of
Same
thing.
thing you do now. Just, you know,
Yeah, it's like same thing now, but it's like
it's same.
I think it's different drugs, but same amount of people doing and
Yeah.
partying. It's just different substances and all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff.
And even,
It's
you
like
know,
just
I'm
different
doing it
generations.
wrong then, because I go for the music.
see, that's my issue too.
Yeah.
I show up for the music and I'm like, you know, I don't want to get stoned. I don't want to get messed up
Yeah.
because I want the
Well,
music.
same thing for me too. It's like I'm saying. I think the mainstream, the majority of people are just going there to party, have a good time, and then you got like more select viewer, not like the majority that want to go there because they actually like the song, the music. They want to see that
You know what?
artist sort of thing.
As long as they walk away remembering your name, which I've heard this problem with bands before, and I haven't seen you perform live, mention
Yeah.
your name multiple times during your set. Not
Yes.
just when you get on and get off. Mention it in the middle and get them to cheer for it. Because a lot of bands, they come on, let's play. And they forget that they have to interact and talk to their audience, to get the
I've
audience to remember.
been to some conventions and things, and I like the band, but who are they? Because they don't mention it. So yeah, say your name.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I usually do that start and end of the set, like say who we are, who's playing bass, who's playing drums, then myself, sort of thing, and then at the end, probably say the band name again, who we are, where we're from, upcoming gigs, all that sort of stuff. But
Yeah.
I won't like say it like between every song, obviously.
No, not every song.
'Cause
Every
then-
third, fourth song.
No,
maybe.
just-
Yeah,
And if you have a banner or like I see you're wearing your pink Cocoon shirt, is that
yeah. I mean, I kind of wear it like every day at this point because since I print,
That's awesome.
Since I printed the shirts, I just got like there's just a big batch of like T-shirts.
Mhm.
So I'm like, I usually wear the small ones like all the time, or sometimes I'll make it a crop
Like,
top or
yeah.
whatever you call it.
Uh-huh.
And then now it's like if one's dirty, I just got a bunch of them. So like, I might as well just wear my own shirt because I like wearing it.
Absolutely.
And then
So
yeah,
where-
even though I got like,
Mhm.
sorry, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, but yeah, pretty much it's like why not wear your own band shirt if you just got a shit ton of them in your closet?
So
Sort of
where'd the name come from? Where'd you get Pink Cocoon?
that's what I was gonna
Is that a
say.
vagina reference? Because that's where I'm headed with that one.
yeah, well, I got that before. A lot of people think that sort of
Okay.
thing. I wasn't thinking of that directly when I named the band. The first reason I called it because I wanted to involve the color pink, just because it's so opposite from like the aggressive sort of band names or like metal sort of thing. So I wanted a color that was just complete opposite, like more feminine by stereotype or like less masculine sort of thing. So automatically I wanted that color because I wanted color in the name, so it had to be pink sort of thing, and it sounds cool, and I like the color pink too.
Mhm.
And then Cocoon is just, I don't know, it's just the word sounds freaky
See,
sort
the
of thing.
name
So
itself, is another reason I say you'll have another band after this. Cocoon, it's the larva stage. It's before you become the butterfly.
Yeah, it's like when you're metamorphing. And
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so this is what I'm seeing for you. I'm seeing this is a growth point, a jumping point. And
possibly.
yeah, you'll open your wings one day and you're going to be, you know, more than you were. Which, if we're
Yeah,
living life right, every day you're a little more than what you were the day before.
Yeah, like now I'm like a little leech, and then one day I'm just gonna expand to a butterfly, and I'm gonna start playing music in the clouds and stuff like that.
See, and
But,
that's why you don't
yeah.
do drugs while playing.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean that's basically the main reason for the band name, and then also the color pink is like it just the whole name. It kind of contrasts with the style of music. It sounds more cozy, sort of thing when you hear the name, but then when you see us live, it's more like it's kind of like a I don't know, like a stoner rock sort of Sabbath-y sort of. It's heavy, but it's not pure metal in a sense. And then it's more like kind of like I don't know, like how Nirvana picked their name. Like there's more a state of like being relaxed sort of thing, or being in your zen or your mode sort of thing. So, but he picked that from what I know. I don't know, the book I read, like Cobain was saying, is like Nirvana is just a complete contrast from what they play sort of music. So it's
Makes
like
sense.
their music is relaxing, I guess.
Well,
But
speaking of
yeah, and then
I want to go ahead and play a track of yours when you finish your thought. I want to go ahead and play No Control to start. So
sure.
you want to finish your thought about Nirvana and your name? Or
Yeah,
you-
sure. I guess one more thing. Then
Yeah.
I found this after I came up with the name.
Mhm.
But basically, the color pink, I found out it's used in like jails or prisons to calm down like inmates, sort of thing. Because like let's say you paint your room black, you're probably gonna be a really aggressive, like antisocial kind of person if you're living in a dark black room, like your whole life or something. But then when you're surrounded by just pink, like everywhere, basically it's psychologically it's more relaxing
Soothing, yeah.
by like nature.
Yeah.
It's like that's
Whereas
like
red,
in
orange,
house
and yellow is high energy.
Make you
Also
hungry.
makes you hungry, yeah. Makes you
Well,
hungry.
see,
and high
pink's
energy.
used in hospitals, and I've noticed a lot of tattoo parlors or piercing places to make you calm.
Yeah, that's when I found out. It's like it's kind of like I don't know. Maybe I don't. For me, I kind of like feel relaxed when I'm playing music. Because if I don't play music for like a few days, I start like going crazy.
Oh no,
It's
I
like
get it.
it's like an addiction to like play music or play my guitar sort of thing. It's like
It's the creative
So it's-
outlet thing.
it's like that's the pink, I guess,
I get it.
sort of thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do this track real quick, and we'll talk about it afterwards. And I'm excited. So I'm going to mute myself now. Zolla, like we told you, if you decide you want to talk over it, your gig here.
For sure.
So I'm going to mute myself and play this and enjoy it, guys.
Thank
Well done, man. Who's on vocals?
That's me.
That's
That's me
you.
on vocal.
Sound great,
Yeah.
man. Who
Thanks,
wrote
man.
it?
Oh my
Thanks.
goodness. I was listening to that, and the beginning is kind of like, it reminds me of some industrial type music, which I love. Your vocals remind me of the Doors.
Oh,
Yeah, Jim
Yeah.
Morrison sort of thing.
Yes.
Yeah, we
That's
definitely
the first thing I thought of.
the psychedelic rock, like you mentioned, the freedom rock, that kind of stuff. Yeah, has that sound, but it's still your own. It's not. You're not
Thanks.
mimicking someone. You're just in that groove.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I guess you'll hear the obvious influences probably in it,
Right.
but yeah,
And by the way,
yeah, it's pretty
Grouchy
much.
Grandma says awesome. It's
Oh, sick.
yeah. So
Mhm.
That's a comment that just came in.
yeah,
Yeah.
on the chat there.
Cool.
And
Awesome.
you'll find, especially with this kind of music, you can capture multiple generations with it because it does have that throwback feel to what a lot of people,
Mhm.
even older than me, had in their earlier years.
Yeah,
So who wrote that? Who wrote the music? Who wrote the lyrics?
yeah. Basically, just me. Pretty
All
much,
you,
it was
man.
like yeah, pretty much
Nice.
the first EP. I just went in studio myself, pretty much, and played all the instruments,
That's all
recorded
you?
all that sort of stuff, and yeah.
Okay, wow.
Wow.
So on stage,
And
do you have the rest of the band too, or is it all just you and then you?
yeah, for sure. On stage, I have my bassist and drummer like playing with me. I'm on guitar, vocals,
Give them a
sort of
shout
thing.
out.
Because
Let us
that
know who they are.
yeah, basically now it's like Julian Yacobantuono's on bass.
Uh-huh.
Patrick Murphy is on drums.
Uh-huh.
And then sometimes I'll play with my other friends too. Like there's Tom G. He played on bass before. My friend Morgan, he's gonna be filling in on some tour dates coming up.
Beautiful.
And yeah, Julian Lasselle, he played on drums too. A few gigs. It's like I feel like the band right now. It's sort of like I feel like a Mac DeMarco or like Tame Impala sort of situation. Like the live band, I'll have different people
Happens
like
all
playing
the
with
time.
me.
Yeah.
But I mean, for the next recording, I'm debating whether I want to do it myself or like get my friends or like the band sort of thing to come with me.
There's
Because basically
pros and
the
cons.
first yeah, because basically the first EP I recorded myself mainly because I was searching for people and couldn't find people that just wanted to like tour, record, just do all that sort of stuff. And I didn't want to wait like 3 years or something like ridiculous. So I was just like, I'm just gonna go in studio myself, see what happens, and just been going from there, sort of thing. And yeah, that's basically it.
And you're 22 years old.
Yeah.
This is impressive, Zola. It's impressive, man. For anybody
Thanks.
who's done the work behind what it takes to get any kind of creative process to produce something, no, this is well done, and it's crafted well too. And no doubt you'll improve,
Thanks.
you'll change, you'll grow. But I tell you what,
Yeah.
no, thumbs up, man.
You've accomplished a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
What age were you when you first started performing for others, not just your parents or in the house?
As live in general,
Mhm.
I'd say probably. I mean, I remember the first time in elementary school, I brought like a really shitty like electric guitar sort of thing, and I played in front of the class. I think I probably played like a Green Day cover or like I don't even remember, but I just remember that there was one show and tell sort of thing, so I just played a song
Beautiful.
sort of thing, and like, yeah, and it was cool. Yeah, I'd say that's the first gig. And then we did like variety shows or like smaller high school talent shows or whatever. Like every I think it's like the mid semester, like the end sort of thing,
So this is
end of
just part of you.
the school year.
Yeah, this is just something that's in you. Then this is not.
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully it is.
Obviously it is. Obviously it is. I mean, to pick it up at a young age and carry it through. I mean, in 20 years from now, people are just going to be banging down your door to get an interview with you and have you hang out with them for 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Because you
And they'll be
have-
like, I remember his first gig in elementary school.
about this song in particular, No Control. So it is a statement.
Yeah.
Is it a statement about medicating our society?
I mean, it's basically open. Like everything I write is basically open, sort of thing.
Interpret.
But it's basically just, yeah, it's basically like just having no control, sort of thing. Like going out, like like going out not knowing what the hell you're doing, sort of thing.
Welcome
And
to life, huh?
then yeah, and then like
Yeah.
I mean, it's open for everything, just like I don't know, society in general, or just like going out and then you get drunk to the point you don't know where you are, you're gone, sort of thing.
Mhm.
And then like it's just like anything kind of thing.
We could
And
talk
then
about that because you posted earlier,
yeah,
right before we went on. You're like, I'm going on Talk of the Tavern, and I'm hungover. Good time last night?
yeah, it was fun. Like we just
What'd
played
you
last night. I hosted my friends, the Nicotines,
do? Mm-hmm.
their EP launch event at Au Patrovis.
Nice.
Is this place on near Mount Royal Metro in Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they're the headliners. I played second, and then the first band, my friend's band, the Space Wizards, opened the night. And yeah, it's fun drinking. There's friends there, stuff like that, hanging out, and great crowd. And we played yeah, and it was great. And like I hanged out. There's this other venue. Like after the main show was done, I went to hang out like Escogriffe, because another friend was hanging out there, and we hanged out and basically played like Sabbath and stuff like that, and singing to it and stuff like that. But yeah.
You know what I really want to do? I want to send you my freaking opening music and have you do it metal style. I'd love to hear your version of. Oh, hold on a second. I did that by accident. There we go. I put something across the screen. But yeah, that would be a
Yeah.
fun thing.
You just add some distortion on it, and just like you can make a heavier, like you do like what Blue Cheer did with like Summertime Blues by like
Yeah.
Eddie Crocker, and they just made a heavy, like a lot of bands did that. Like you take some classic or folk or blues song and just transform it, sort of thing.
Well, here's what I'll drop you the track. And if you get bored, because I know you're a working guy, you're in here, you're doing your thing. You don't necessarily have time to just stop and do whatever anybody else goes, which I know they'll throw
No, I
crap
I
at.
don't think I'll get bored. I'll listen to it.
It's yeah, it was the opening music you heard after the disclaimer that we were jamming to when we came in. But yeah, I'll drop it
Okay.
over to you, and if you get bored one time and you got the mics on, record it, I'll send it over.
You're like, oh, let me redo this for you.
Yeah. And then I'll use it, not totally replacing my current one, because God, I love that version. That's Marc Rossmore of Escape the Clouds, who is big in the steampunk community, and I love that version. He hit it exactly what I was looking for. But now that
Okay.
I've had it for a while, and I've got these other bands, I'm like, man, I wonder what they would sound like doing that intro, doing that.
And if you do that when we bring you back on for your next album release or whatever,
yeah.
we'll play that.
Yeah, that'll be our opening
Yeah.
theme instead.
Oh, that would be cool.
Damn straight.
I mean, hopefully there'll be a new album or EP recorded probably August, September. So I know there's a lot of new songs and new tracks that I want to do. And then I'll put your song in there. I'll like give credits or whatever and like make a heavy version.
Yeah, just credit Marc Rossmore. That's the important thing. You're a musician. You know what it's like to hear your music and not see your name, and you're like, what the fuck? It's what's your cup say? What's your?
I think it's cruising. Does this show on the camera?
Yeah,
Cruising.
Cruising there. Yeah.
Oh,
Cruising, waterborne pleasure journey embarked by one or more people. A cruise may be considered successful if the same number of individuals who set out on it arrive at some piece of habitable dry land. I think it's probably my dad's, because he does the sailing and stuff like that.
oh.
And he has like a small little sailboat that he goes on the lake sometimes. But I'm guessing this probably belongs to him because there's a sailboat. And
You carry a
I don't know.
notepad. You carry a notepad everywhere you go to write down ideas.
For sometimes, I mean, like for lyrics
Mhm.
and stuff. Like recently, I haven't, but like before, when I wasn't driving my van, I would be taking the bus like everywhere to gigs and events. So I probably always have like a notepad, and I'm just like writing melodies or just writing lyrics and stuff. More like just rhyme. It's like just writing poems technically,
Right.
and then I'll see how these poems fit in certain songs or certain melodies that I already had like pre-written. But recently, I haven't been doing that as much. It's more like be like in solitude or whatever in my basement and write a song there, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But
Let me ask
yeah.
you this: you're in Montreal, correct?
Yeah.
Now, part of my American ignorance, I know Quebec, largely French speaking also. Do you speak French also?
Yeah, I speak French. Je parle français. Je peux communiquer, comprendre, like that sort of thing. But
Je
obviously,
parle
like,
français, but Andrea,
oh,
on
that's
the other
good.
hand,
I understood that. But
Andrea speaks
No, yeah, like,
better French than I do.
Yeah, like pretty much like I speak French, but obviously like English, more Anglophone part of like of Quebec in general. Like when
Do
you
you
go,
do songs in French?
That's where I was going.
no, it's more just in English, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's my main language. I wouldn't say French is my main, but I could speak it, sort of thing. Because when
Okay.
you're in Montreal, it's good to know both languages because
Right.
it's way more bilingual. It's more multicultural. There's a lot of different nationalities around, and in Quebec in general, most of Quebec is mostly French, sort of thing. But once you get in Montreal, the city, or even Montreal, the city, because it's more multicultural. There's gonna be both languages. But it depends too in which area. Like you could be in certain areas and it's only French.
Hmm.
You could be in certain areas and it's only English, sort of
We
thing. And
have
then
two bands that are, well, one is they're in Paris and they're very industrial techno feel, with a
Hmm.
bit of harder edge. And then another one is actually like cabaret, Susie and the Banshees type feel, and the lead female is French. So they do most of their songs in English, but they have occasional French bits thrown in. And by the way, for anybody or for your knowledge, that's Frenchie and the Punk is the one based out of the U.S., and the one based out of France is Bob Eisenstein with Victor Sierra. Great bands, by the way.
yeah,
Great.
cool.
Not only do they play really well, they're great at working the crowd. They interact when they're on stage, and they
Hmm.
make it an experience instead of just somebody playing music. Um, but yeah, that's why I mentioned the whole French thing, because maybe it's something you
Well,
can throw a few lyrics in, a few
even
lines.
yeah, even if it's not the whole song, kind of like Megadeth did a song, and there's some French lyrics in there, but it's mostly English. Just a, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends. Yeah, I mean, it depends the vibe or like what you're going for.
It
I know
does.
Yeah.
personally for me,
Hmm.
I don't think I'll be writing in French lyrics, just sort of thing. Because I'm not really listening to like French music,
That's
sort of thing,
cool.
Yeah,
like
I gotcha.
That's
sort
cool.
of thing. But I know the band, the Police. Like I think they have a song where he's singing in French. I'm pretty sure, and
Probably. I can't think of it.
I don't know the name, but I know there's one song Sting is it's French lyrics, sort of
Oh,
thing. But yeah, I'd say more like Montreal is very bilingual, but when you go outside, like north or south, like outskirts of Quebec, it's way more French, sort of thing. And then when you go in the city of Quebec, sort of thing, I think it's more French, but there's a bit of English because it's more touristic over
Hmm.
there. A lot of people go to Quebec to see the area and sort of stuff, and it's really nice. So by default, there's gonna be English sort of thing, but in general, it still is very much French, I'd say. Because let's say you take the bus. When you take the bus, there's no English signs. It's only French signs.
Ah.
And
oh,
usually, yeah, and usually the bus drivers only speak French too, depending which bus driver.
Uh-huh.
Like you have bus drivers that are bilingual. You could have certain bus drivers that only know French, and then there would be other times where I would talk English to the bus driver, and then he get pissed off at me for like speaking it in French because there's like French, English, and then there's people that speak English that don't know French. There's people that speak French that don't know English.
Right.
Then there's people that know both. Then you got the extremists too on both sides.
Right.
So it's like a mix because you get some French people who just want to like keep it sovereign, make Quebec its own country sort of thing,
Right.
and then like they just want French language, French culture, and all that sort of stuff. And then the same thing with the English. Like some English people don't like speaking French at all. So it's like
Yeah, that's people.
I think it's better to just know both because
I
like
agree.
we're in Canada.
it
and,
is.
I
Well,
mean, the rest of the country knows pretty much English
knowing
sort
more
of
than
thing,
one
but I think it's good
language,
to know both.
knowing more than
Yeah,
one
even
language
like
is always a
yeah,
good thing. Whatever the two languages are, or five languages, or whatever you speak, it's all it does is
yeah,
open you to other things. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
hey,
do you
Daniel, good to
travel?
see you. Here's to you, man.
Hey, Daniel. So, do you travel outside of Canada to do gigs or anything? Or is it just Canada?
I mean, I've only done mostly Canada so far. So I think we did
Okay.
like one gig with Red Handed Records. My friends that run this DIY sort of collective, like they booked a gig like in Burlington, Vermont. We played there twice, sort of thing. So we
Okay.
crossed the border for that. But no, mostly it's just in Canada, sort of thing. Because I still have to get my visa permit to go in the States and start like doing tours
Uh-huh.
down there,
Gotcha.
sort of thing. And once that's set up, pretty much, I mean, with high wattage, we're going to be setting up some stuff and probably going down. Like, I want to do a Northeast Coast tour, and this band from Detroit, the stoner rock band from Detroit, they want to do a tour together with Cocoon. So, like, we're probably gonna do a dual tour and do a Northeast,
Hey, man,
like probably like
if you hit
Detroit,
Virginia,
New York.
if you
Yeah,
come
I
back,
want to go there.
that's where we're
I
at.
heard there's
Let
like
us
a,
know.
I heard there's really
Yeah.
good like metal rock scene like happening over there, and
Yeah.
I just know nothing about it because I've never been there.
Yeah. Do you know of the band Gwar?
I heard of them,
Gwar
but
is?
I didn't listen to them. I just know the name. Yeah.
Well, they're local to us. They're in
Okay.
Richmond. So they're
Okay.
metal. They're fun.
Cool. I know the band Satan Satyrs. Like I saw them play a few times. I know they're from Virginia, and I'm pretty sure it's the same place where like Pentagram is from, if I'm correct. But yeah, I want to go down there like really badly.
Let us
But, like,
know
'cause
when
I
you
know,
get down.
yeah,
We'll show you around a
like
little bit,
there's-
or at least come see
there's
it.
there's a lot of
Yeah.
places in the States I want to play. Like I want to go to Texas, Nashville, like New York,
Oh, yeah.
Detroit. Then my friend's band, like Dead Country Gentleman, he's on the same booking agency, and we played a gig together at Bar New, this place in Montreal,
Mhm.
and he was on his tour, so he came to Canada and played like I think 2 or 3 gigs. And yeah, and he lives in like LA in California, so like I might go there and we might play some gigs together. So it's like I know a few people in different places, so it's like I want to hit the States like really badly.
We have a question
Yeah.
from Daniel here for you. He says, do you prefer, and by the way, after you answer this, we're going to do your next song too. So Daniel asks,
All right.
do you prefer writing and recording or performing? What do you like better? What do you like more?
I love both, and they're both different because you gotta like. I mean, you could play live without recordings,
Mm-hmm.
and you could also record without playing live, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always good to have both, sort of thing. But I think recording and writing your music, that's the thing where like you're the antisocial guy. You're like, you got to be in solitude, be in your zone to write the song. You got to think about the art and the craft, sort of thing. And then when you're playing live, you're just delivering your art and just technically showcasing it, whatever,
Like
to your
how you
crowd or
put
your
that.
audience. So it's like you're the antisocial, and then you're the social when you're performing the song. So it's like I think you need both of them, sort of thing. I mean, yeah, and you can play live without having recordings, but it's like if someone wants to buy your music or wants to listen to it, if you don't have recordings, the only way they're gonna hear you is play live, sort of thing. And I think it's good to have both of them.
Oh,
I love both, but they're just different kind of thing.
they are. Let's go ahead and do
Yeah.
another song here real quick. We're going to do Help Me. Now, like I said, we could play all the way through it, or if you give me the high sign or just start talking, I'll roll the volume down on it so we can still hear it, but we could talk over it. So whatever you
Okay,
decide
cool.
to do, if you don't say anything, we're going through the whole thing. Cool?
Yeah, you can play the whole thing.
Okay,
That's
here
cool.
it goes.
Yeah.
So let's see here. What kind of music were you raised with? What was playing in your house when you were growing up?
Pretty much my dad's vinyls. I
Mhm.
guess he had like
I see a few behind you.
he had yeah. That's mostly like I gotta go this way. That's like my dad's. Well, that's my dad's collection. My collection is like upstairs and stuff. But yeah, he has a bunch of like he has the Police. He has Bob Marley. He has like a bunch of blues. He has Black Sabbath. He has Hendrix. He's into like really like what's like Frank Zappa.
Gotcha.
It's like some ZZ Top and stuff. There's like all that classic sort of stuff, but it's always like that. I just remember like Sabbath, Nirvana, the Police. Those are just really bands I really liked, sort of thing that caught me more than the rest when he was showing me. And yeah, I know. And there's one point in high school, like I was listening to like just like regular like mainstream sort of pop. I know I really like Lady Gaga at one point.
Yeah.
Like in secondary one or something like that. And then at one point, just switching like what I was into, sort of thing. But yeah.
And I'm going to interrupt. Daniel says, this is excellent. Had to kick up the volume. And then Kennedy said he cheered bits for it. And he's like cheering these bits for that song. So
Awesome.
Okay, guys.
Thanks,
in
guys.
the link is the website where you can go purchase music of your own.
yeah.
There you go.
And just so you know, where I said you reach across generations, I know Daniel and Kennedy are both over 50. We're somewhere in that neighborhood. So this is what I'm telling you. You're reaching a wide audience here with what you're doing.
Cool.
'Cause,
I mean, the music definitely has that like 70s sort of sound because I'm influenced by like a lot of those bands from that era. And like there's like the I mean Hendrix is whatever like late
nobody's doing
late
this
60s
anymore.
I guess.
They are.
But
Yes.
They're not.
yeah, there's a bit of Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, like some I don't know Doors and stuff like that. I mean late 60s, early 70s I'd say. There's that vibe, but then there's a bit of a modern kind of stuff too mixed in.
Definitely.
But
So
yeah.
Let me ask you a weird question here. By the way, Kennedy says, "Yep, I might have banged my head a few times," and then Daniel cheered 100 bits. So thank you, Daniel. Appreciate that. So what's the weirdest gift a fan has given you, or thrown on stage, or the weirdest fan interaction you've ever had? And you can get as graphic as you want, or as vague as you want. Whatever.
I would say I wouldn't say I've received weird gifts sort of thing. I mean, I know there's one guy like it sounds like some old Hendrix story or something from like the book I read. This guy, I think he tried giving me some drug or something like that, but I don't know what it was.
Yeah, don't
sort of thing. It was
strangers.
like no, it was a bit. I don't know. It was weird looking. He was just told me like, yeah, you're gonna feel amazing, sort of thing when you're playing your set. It's just gonna like you're gonna zone out. And I'm like, all right, thanks, man. But like I gave it to someone else, sort of thing. But I didn't take it. But
Smart
that was probably. I mean, he's a nice guy for giving me that, but I probably did. I didn't take it, sort of thing. But yeah, and probably another. It's not weird, I guess, but it's just really nice. Like there was one time before a gig, it was at my old jam space at Marzonic. Basically, it's like a monthly jam room in Montreal. I was on my way to a gig, and I'm just like unloading my stuff in the elevator to park in my van, sort of thing. And this one guy, like I don't know, heard my music on Facebook or like some musician group. So I don't know where, like he saw my merch and like he just bought a T-shirt like as I'm loading my van, and I wasn't at the gig yet. So like that was really cool. And what's funny, then when we played the gig, I didn't sell any merch whatsoever at the gig, and I just sold the merch to this random guy I just met in the elevator, sort of thing, which is really funny. But yeah,
couple more.
I would say my band is not big enough yet to receive the odd posters and drawings of
you
like
let us
live.
know when you get the first panties thrown on stage, and then you let us know if it was a guy or a girl that threw them. You just don't know. We don't judge. Kennedy says, sounded like some Sabbath and even Cooper in there, and Grouchy Grandma
That's what
says,
I had in my notes.
Yeah. Grouchy Grandma says, I'm over 60 and loving the music.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for
See, the people that are responding to your music on our show are older, which means they're established and they have money to buy your stuff.
That's a good point, too. They got a job.
They're not just teenagers living off of paycheck to paycheck. So there you go, guys.
They're adults living
Hit the
paycheck to
website,
paycheck.
buy some merch, buy some music, help them out.
I guess to you guys watching it, if you're interested in buying the music or seeing the lyrics or what the song's about and like videos, there's pinkcocoonband.com. And there's tour posters, t-shirts, there's physical CDs, there's also the digital 6 songs and stuff, and everything, there's pretty much everything is on the website.
Daniel says we're also smart enough to recognize talent. Daniel, I don't know if you were in here when I said it earlier, but this guy is 22. He's promoting himself, he's performing all the instruments, recording, getting on a band with a different stage, but his recordings are all him playing each instrument and vocals and writing the music, writing the lyrics, and then self-promoting. This guy is kicking ass.
He's good at promotion. He was supposed to be on 2 weeks ago, and he let us know a week ahead of time because he had to help out at a gig. And so very responsible. He's a good kid. Let's support him.
Alzy, good to see you. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Here's to you. Okay.
Yeah, I had to bail on it for that last-minute tour.
But you let us know in a reasonable amount of time.
You let us know.
And that makes a huge difference. We have some people who will just, people are people. But and by the way, Roughhead Kennedy says I'll be adding you to my Spotify.
Awesome.
Says I used.
I don't think the music's on Spotify, to be honest. But it's on YouTube and there's different like radio stations and online sort of stuff. I don't think it's on Spotify or like.
Here's the website again. Go buy it and put it on Spotify.
But yeah.
Couple other things. Daniel says I used to own a record label. I know how much work it takes to produce music. Great work, man. Kennedy says I was a pretty big Dio fan back in the day. So yeah, you're talking to the right crowd here. You're playing for the right crowd. And Alzy, hello back at you there, bud. Welcome to the tavern. Jump in, ask any questions of our guest, of us. We've got Zolla Marc from Pink Cocoon. I'm Travis, and the lady is Andrea. And we are...
Yeah, I am. And I was...
break time. Absolutely. So, Zolla, it seems like we're rolling good here. We're keeping the conversation going. Do you want to hang out for the second hour, or do you need to head out?
Yeah, let's do the second hour. Let's do it.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a video here of our break time. We're going to step away, refill our drinks. Zolla, like I said, when we come back, I'll eyeball that camera, give the thumbs up, and we're all three ready. We'll cut the break short and get back into it, okay?
All right, cool. So back in
5.
Back at
just
4?
Hit mute so nobody hears what we do behind the scenes, and we'll be back.
We'll be back.
I love being surrounded by the industry here. It's incredible.
Relax or get up and get a drink and refill what you have while the cast and cohorts and co-hosts of Talk of the Tavern do the same. Now here's the testimony of some of the great people we've had on Talk of the Tavern or previously on Sounds of Steam. Enjoy.
This is Gail Carragher, author of The Finishing School and the Custard Protocol series, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Aiden Sivart, Steampunk Indiana Jones.
Hey, this is Scott.
This is Samantha.
And we're Frenching the Punk.
I'm Karen Kay, also known as the Fairy Lady and editor of Fame magazine and also founder of Fairy Events.
This is K.W. Jeter, author of Infernal Devices and Fiendish Schemes.
Kircher here. I play Bifur in the Hobbit trilogy, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Trevor Crafts, executive producer and creator of Lantern City.
This is Lord Bobbins of TeslaCon. Huzzah!
Steampunk Funk Bazaar here, Lord Monty, right in front of your radio.
Hello, this is Professor Elemental. When I'm not taking a bath in gin or trying to invent a new kind of badger, I'm listening. Oh, yes!
This is Stephen Davis of Raising Steam UK, 2-day Steampunk Festival in Reading. Enjoy.
I'm Thomas Williford of Brute Force Studios, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Commander Bob of Victor Sierra.
Je suis la légendaire princesse convertie de Victor Sierra.
Hi, my name is Sarah from Valentine Wolf.
Hey, this is Braxton from Valentine Wolf.
This is Aileen the Peacemaker, the founding editor of Beyond Victoriana, the multicultural steampunk blog.
Hey, this is Joseph C.R. Vortek, otherwise known as Electro Swing Neo Vintage DJ Vortek, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern, I hope you come out of it in one piece. I'm not sure I did.
And don't forget about our other shows during the week. Tunesday, Middle-Aged Gamers on Wednesday, and Virtual International Pub VIP on Thursdays. Make sure you join us there, 1 p.m. Eastern to 4 p.m.
Hi, my name is Ashley Rogers. I'm the organizer of the Copper Claw.
This is Calamity Dawn, mixologist of Airship Passepartout.
This is Commodore Lorpicar of Lost Saints Curiosities.
This is Jimmy Diggs of the Crypto Historians, reminding you that the future is in your hands.
This is Gabrielle Reel.
Hi, this is D. Clarence Snyder, writer of the Bright Future series, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Professor Marcus O'Bannon, the Chief Scientific Investigator for the Crypto Historians.
This is Lady Gatita of Nerdvana.
Hey, this is Angie Vello from Ghostfire.
This is Hannah Titania, Queen of the Fairies.
This is Jeff Platt of Highland Steamworks.
This is Danielle Ackley McPhail, co-author of Baba Ali and the Clockwork Djinn, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern Radio.
Hi, this is John R. White, author of The Tales of the Airship Neverland.
This is Catherine Gleason, author of Anatomy of Steampunk, The Fashion of Victorian Futurism.
This is opera singer Katie Catt.
This is Keith Prusak of Bad September.
This is Captain James Barrington of the mighty Claxton.
This is Emily Leverett, and I'm the editor of Big Bad and Anthology of Evil, Volumes 1 and 2, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
All right. Hola, Radio Escuchas, les habla Lady Smoke de Sociedad.
Okay, and we're back. You know what I want to do real quick before we get into anything else? Zolla,
Yeah.
What we do with a lot of our guests is I go ahead and just fill the screen with your face and then have you look at the camera and say, this is Zolla Marc of Pink Cocoon, and you're getting toasted at Talk of the Tavern. And then I add it to our refill breaks. Basically, I make a montage of these people once I have 5 minutes worth of material. You want to do that for us?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, give me a second. I'm going to set it up. Andrea and I are going to mute ourselves.
Mention your website.
Yeah. What do I say exactly? Or like?
Well, you could do whatever you want, but what you want to aim for, you want to mention your name, you want to mention your band. Okay?
Yeah.
So give me a second to set up my screen just perfect for you. And okay, go whenever you're ready.
All right, hello guys. I'm on the show with the Talk of the Tavern today, and we're on the second part, going from 4 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'm part of the band Pink Cocoon. It's a live on-air talk show discussion. Ask any questions you want, join in. If you want to head over and check out some of the music, you go to www.
Let me interrupt you.
Pink Cocoon, yeah.
This is all about you, man. Don't even worry about the show. All I need to do is mention it one time.
Yeah.
If this isn't for the folks right now. Go, what do you got, Andrea?
Say, this is Zolla Marc from Pink Cocoon, and you're getting toasted on Talk of the Tavern. That's all you need.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on. Go.
Hello, everyone. This is Zolla Marc of Pink Cocoon, and you're getting toasted on Talk of the Tavern. All right.
There you go. Beautiful. And then I'll pull that.
And that's going to be in the video that everyone sees when we go on break. So there you go.
And let me switch back to the other screen so we're all on it. There we go. There we go. We're all back.
Everyone, make sure you... Am I on mute? I'm not on mute. Hey, everyone, make sure you hit that share button for Facebook and Twitter and all your other social media to let people know we're still on air to come check out the new music of Pink Cocoon.
There you go.
I lost it.
And by the way, Daniel just bought your album, and he says, damn, only $6. Sweet.
Nice. Thanks, Daniel.
Yeah.
Sick.
That means buy two, Daniel.
Cool.
Buy two. So you can listen.
They're small. Buy two.
I guess to Daniel, did you buy the physical CD or the digital download?
Which one's $6?
I think they're both. I'm pretty sure they're both.
Oh, really?
6, I think.
Oh, that's even.
I'm not sure. I don't know if the CD is. I'm forgetting. I should probably know this.
He got the digital.
I think the digital. Yeah. Yeah, because I think the CD is like $10 or something. Because it covers like the shipping, handling.
That's not bad though.
Yeah, sick. Yeah, it's basically $6, 6 tracks.
You got it.
Pretty much, and yeah, enjoy, Daniel. Thanks a lot.
That's right. I'm checking it out right now. Yeah, it looks like you're. Yeah, the CD is $10, and where the digital is, probably over here under music. So we
Yeah.
got that there.
Yeah.
And give me a second, it's loading. There it is. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I like how you have right on there, play loud.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
Good
Well,
choice.
sounds better, in my opinion.
No, I'm with you.
You feel it more. Unless you got tinnitus already, then I don't know. Might not work for some people.
Hey, John, thanks for popping in there. Yeah, I saw you were in there, but I figured you were busy selling to the customers. So good to see you. He says he was in stalker mode.
And just so you know, John runs a local comic store out here, and he plays us, so everyone in the store gets to hear. Sometimes that's good, right?
Sometimes, depending on our language that day. And John, don't forget, I am sure you can get a hold of Zolla if you're doing. John has artists come in and do comic books. He's producing a line of comics. So something popular.
He says they like the music.
Yeah.
Sick. Thanks, John.
Something people do with comics and books now is they will do an intro video, show a few panels from the comic, have some music behind it. So yeah, if you need music behind one of your videos for that, there you go. Go contact Zolla and see if you can use some of his music. And
it's community support.
That's right.
All around the world.
Artists supporting each other.
Mm-hmm.
Sick. Sounds good with me.
Let's see if I had any more questions. Scroll down. Andrea, did you have anything in particular?
No, I'm just
okay.
doing the share button and stuff right now.
Who would you love to open for? If you could pick a handful of bands and go, I'm opening for them, who would it be?
Dead or alive artists?
Doesn't matter.
Do both.
Doesn't matter?
Do both.
Both?
Get at least one of each in there.
Probably like first option would be like Hendrix, but he's obviously not here. But yeah, so he'd be first. I mean, yeah, for sure. Like even Nirvana too. Obviously they're not around, but I mean Novoselic. Novoselic. I mean most of them, not Cobain. But yeah, so like Hendrix, Nirvana, like Sabbath. I mean Sabbath too. Like Sabbath, Black Label Society. Like I mean even Motorhead, but they're technically not really around. But yeah, but I mean there's I'm thinking like I know I really like Blood Ceremony. They're from Toronto. Sort of thing, bunch of bands, sort of thing. I really like Cadaver too, from like they're from Europe, Uncle Acid, and the Deadbeats, sort of thing, and love all those bands. So,
Daniel, I have a question for you. What style of music would you like to perform that's different than what you're doing now?
Probably. I mean, well, my sister's band, like I was playing drums, playing like complete different style, like ska, reggae, dub, sort of thing. It's like I was filling in for their tour that just happened the past 2 weeks. But yeah, so I was playing drums for their thing. It's just that sort of style of music. But I mean, I'm not sure, sort of thing.
How easy is that to just sit in as a drummer and get it right so you're not like screwing up? How easy is that? Because we see it in movies where like, Kive, follow me and try to keep up. Wah!
Well, I mean, like basically, because they called me at work like last Friday, 2 weeks ago, and they gave me like basically 2 days notice, sort of thing, because their drummer basically left after I think the second gig or something in Toronto.
Right.
So then they already had a lot of their recordings. They have their EP and their album. So I just learned as many songs as I can in those 2 nights. Drove my van, met them in Toronto, and then like our first gig, we didn't rehearse us three like ever, sort of thing. So we just played the first gig, trusting I knew their song, sort of thing. So it was like really last minute, and then it went really well. Like
you do okay then?
It was tight, but yeah, it was good. Like because I still play drums, but like obviously guitar and vocals is mostly my main instrument.
Right.
I don't think drums will ever go away, like in a sense, sort of thing, because that's what I started learning on, like back in high school and sort of thing. I was mainly playing drums in like music class and that sort of stuff. Yeah.
So,
but, I'd say style.
Go ahead.
I mean, back to his question, my style, like, I'd say, I mean, it's just the style I'm playing now. It's not really like a choice. It's just like what I like playing,
right?
Sort of thing. So it's just the way I write, sort of thing. It's not like, okay, I'm gonna form and write in this particular style, and I will not play others. It's just, I don't know. That's just the way I write, sort of thing. But yeah. sort of thing.
And by the way, Daniel, yep, we did cover that, but I'll let him answer that one again. Daniel wants to know how you came up with your band name. Give him the short version.
Yeah, basically, I wanted a name that was completely different from like most, aggressive or like sort of heavy metal sort of names, something that would contrast the style of music. And then I like to color pink, so I just wanted something typically like stereotypically more feminine or like nice masculine in a sense. And then the contrast with the style or like the bands we'll typically play with sort of thing. And then by nature, like color, like if you look in deep, because when I came in with the name, it wasn't like a whole crazy, like, what is it called? Like a big meaning behind it. I just like the way Pink Cocoon sounded. And then the color, technically by nature, is like in jails and like prisons, it's a more relaxing color sort of thing by nature when you're surrounded by it. So basically it's the same thing when I'm playing the music, I guess. It's just more, it's relaxing, because if I'm not playing music, basically I'll go insane if I'm not playing my guitar.
You know, I think that'd be a good thing for a lot of folks out there who have, ADD or that sort of thing. If they had a creative outlet that they could use, that could take away a lot of that extra energy, help them focus, and feel good about what they're doing instead of having to be.
Sure, like whether you write books or whether you're an author, you're a musician or a visual artist, whether you're like, depending how you're feeling, if you're happy or sad or whatever it is, your emotions basically go into what you're writing. So it's like, if you're like pissed off at everyone, you're pissed off at the world, like, yeah, if it comes to the point, you probably need medication or something like that if it's like a psychological sort of thing. But if it's like something you could like, I guess, remedy or like cure with just like that outlet or like a creative outlet, you could just basically release everything into whatever you're writing or creating sort of thing. And for sure it helps. For sure it helps for that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, shall we go ahead and do another song here real quick?
Yeah, for sure.
Old Lady at the Window sound good?
Yeah, sure. That's a longer one.
It is.
I'd say that's the evil like swing.
Nice.
Sort of song.
And by the way, I don't think you need to interrupt it. The audience, the viewers, they're enjoying it, so I think we're good. Unless if you decide you need to, awesome. I think we're just going to let it play all the way through because the crowd is okay with it. So.
I'm good with that.
Okay, for anybody who just joined us, welcome. We're here with Zolla Marc of Pink Cocoon, and here's one of his tracks. Again, if I'm not mistaken, all instruments, vocals, written, lyrics, and music, all by Zolla himself. So here you go, guys.
Talking to me, she sits there reading the news, hoping that she'll
still fucking rock this.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A couple comments here. Grouchy says, "Wow, seriously loving your music. When I get paid, I'm ordering your CD." And Daniel says,
Sick.
"This man listens to Sabbath. I can hear the influence."
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, some of it also was vaguely reminiscent of like Jethro Tull, his Aqualung era, or there, you know, in some of the riffs and whatnot. And you like your transitions to be a little bit different from the rest of the song, don't you? Your bridges and whatnot.
Yeah. Sometimes, I mean, that song is a freaky song. Like when we play that song live, we don't play the full thing just because there's so many other songs.
Right.
So it's like usually like we'll basically end at the chorus, then add like another chorus or something like that. Then, but
right.
Yeah, usually I like contrast between parts. Like if it goes fast or slow. Then there's like that really soft bridge, like in the middle of the song where there's like no distortion. And it's more like melancholy sort of thing. But
and it's good to see you jam to your own tunes, watching you as we're playing it.
Yes.
You know,
honestly, I haven't heard I've recorded, but I haven't heard my EP in a while because it's like you don't really listen to your own music every day just because you're writing newer songs. So it's like I haven't heard that song in a while, so it's just pretty funny, like listening to yourself sort of thing when you're like focused on newer stuff and wanting to record tracks.
How's your parents feel about you? How they handling it? They loving what you're doing or hating or what?
Yeah, they support it sort of thing. They support like what I'm doing or like whatever the goal is. I guess but at the same time they're like concerned. They're like, oh, what if you don't make it sort of thing? What if you wasted all this money? What are you going to do? Are you going to have to quit and then get a real job or something like that?
It could happen.
I mean, I think it's like the typical parents' concerns, but like I feel like it's fun doing this and it seems like it's picking up sort of thing.
Are they proud of the quality of music?
Yeah, they like it sort of thing. It's obviously they're not going to listen to it every day. It's not their style. I would say it's not their style sort of thing. But yeah, I mean they like what I'm doing and the vibe sort of thing. At the same time, whether they like it or not, I'd probably still be doing this sort of thing. It's not like I don't need like their approval or something.
I got you.
So but no, they appreciate what I'm doing and they support it sort of thing, which I'm grateful for. Because even like my friends in other bands, like they'll tell me like their parents or whoever they grew up with will hate what they're doing. They think music is a waste of time. It's a waste of time doing a band. Go into a trade, get a real job, get married, have kids, and just stop playing the bars.
If that happened, we wouldn't have all the music we have now.
That's damn straight.
Yeah, I mean, technically, most of like big rock bands, they're all local bands at one point. They're smaller local bands. So they got noticed or whatever and signed to a big label and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
so it's like you kind of
be successful. They
it's like every
ass off.
Yeah, it's like every big band like Zeppelin and stuff. They had a lot of different bands before Led Zeppelin started. Like Page was a session musician playing with basically everyone or something like that in the United Kingdom, and John Bonham just switched between a shit ton of bands playing drums, always trying to play drums in better and better bands and Plant played in different bands, so it's like you gotta play in different bands and start small and make connections, make contacts. Then
where do you record?
Now, the tracks that are on that we just heard. That's the first EP we recorded at Greenhouse Studio in Montreal, and then an Avebury Studio. It's like most of the tracks were recorded at Avebury Studio. Then the mix and master was done at Greenhouse Studio. And and then for the newer tracks, I might go to this place called The Freak Shop. That's in Montreal too, sort of thing. And Dave Trena is the drummer for The Damn Truth, and he runs it with his friend Derek Orsi. So I might go there to record some stuff. And and they're like, Damn Truth is a band from Montreal, and they're really good. I think they just did a U.S. tour and everything, and they're like opening for ZZ Top for like 3 days or something. Nice. They're doing like really good, and they're on Shome, the local rock station here all the time. But so I trust Dave Trena. Like I saw the studio, met him, and he's a cool guy, knows what he's doing. He showed me some recordings, so pretty excited to record some new tracks with him and stuff.
Have you sent any of your stuff to the local stations yet?
Yeah, local around Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been sending it, but like I find Montreal, a lot of the FM stations, they don't play a lot of local bands sort of thing. It's like Showma is like playing the typical stuff, like there's like Aerosmith or Led Zeppelin or Sweet Child of Mine, like those typical kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'd say a lot of FM stations in Montreal, they're kind of late.
Mm-hmm.
In general, it's just like it's almost like whether it's mean or not, it's basically a fact. Like compared to a lot of, let's say, compared to like states, a lot of FM stations, like Montreal is still playing stuff is like 50 years old sort of thing.
But what about any college radio stations?
Yeah, there's those ones. There's like CJLO. They'll play more like local sort of independent stuff. Like there's CJLO, there's CKUT. It's I think the Concordia, like local university, and there's the other college. I think it's Marianopolis, sort of thing. But yeah, my music aired on those stations.
Beautiful.
But I'd say the bigger FM station, Montreal, for me, from what I see, they don't play a lot of local bands. Like they'll play The Damn Truth, and then like that's pretty much it for local sort of thing. But it's like there's a shit ton of like different local bands like all over Montreal sort of thing.
Bottom line is they're out to make the money.
Yeah.
They know these other tracks, bring the listeners, keep the listeners. Give it time.
Yeah.
You start.
Well, and there's always internet pirate radio.
Which actually, if you're willing, I've got a station I used to broadcast off of. It's pirate radio, internet pirate radio, and it's out of the UK. And I think he'd really like to hear your stuff and play it.
Awesome.
If you're willing for me to pass tracks on to him, I will happily do that.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Okay. Yeah, it's like, the music will play on a lot of different online radio stations, and now it's getting played on, I just got like notification from like Twitter and like Facebook sort of thing. It's like this guy that lives in Houston, Texas, he's playing on a college-run like FM station.
Beautiful.
Just complete opposite end, like for me sort of thing.
Well, I tell you what, it takes me back.
Yeah, it's
it puts me back. Not in any particular place in my life, just it rings with me. Yeah. So that's definitely something.
I find it's like if you're local stations, like I'll get played on the college local stations over here, but if your big like FM station is not playing you, with the internet, it's like your music could get played on so many other stations around the world. Like, because there's a scene in different cities, wherever it is, for whatever style of music, there's gonna be somewhere where they like it. So let's say I'm living here and like people are not liking my music, whatever. You go on the internet, post your stuff. Probably there's gonna be some guy in Germany or some guy like in Japan or something like that that's gonna love your music, sort of thing. And it's like it's almost like what's that movie? The Sugar Man? Is that the movie that movie where like his music was really popular in like Africa, but he had like no idea, sort of thing. And then he went to play there, and then out of nowhere, like thousands of people are just showing up to his gig, sort of thing. And supposedly he was on the same level as the Beatles, but he had no idea, like whatsoever. And then, so it's like wherever you're from, if your music is not grabbing attention and you feel it's good, there's probably somewhere else in the world with the internet where they like it.
I know that happens in Japan a lot. You'll get a lot of these smaller bands with a good following in Japan and whatnot. So, and I don't know how Metal does there. Any idea?
Actually, well, concerning Japan, I'm working with this guy Takuya Ayada. I'm not sure I'm saying it properly, but like he's from Japan and he runs this thing, Cosmic Frequency Records, and it's like a DIY label. It's not like I'm not signed to Warner Brothers or like there's no management and booking sort of thing. And basically, I'm part of their website and the music is on there as well. And basically, once he starts saving sort of thing and he gets his whole plan together, he wants me to send over CDs and like merch to him in Japan. Then basically he would put it around in record shops in Japan and like spread it around there. And he wants to do like a kind of a collective release of his artists that he has on his website, make a compilation disc and put it in Japan, sort of thing.
Beautiful.
And and from what I hear, from what he told me, it's like Japan. I never played there. I don't have money to play there, even if I wanted to, sort of thing. It's like, I think I looked it up, it was like $2,000 just for one person round trip.
Yeah.
So for the whole band to play there, someone has to pay us like $6,000 just for the airplane, which I don't know.
Unless they have their own airplane, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you have your own private jet or something, got a big label or something like that. But yeah, he was telling me the metal scene and the hard rock scene is really good in Japan, but he's saying there's not a lot of good bands or something like that in Japan, which I don't know about, so I can't really say much. But he was saying when there's like good out of town bands that come into Japan, everyone freaks out, sort of thing, and they're really like, it's kind of, he was telling me it's like Germany but less local bands and more support for the out of town bands and stuff like that. So it's like, it's pretty cool. I mean, one day I'd like to go, but it's just really expensive to just go there.
Give it time, man. You're working your ass off. You're getting your stuff out there. You're performing live. You're contacting shows to be on. And to boot, you're talented. You're really talented.
Thanks.
So with all those things and the drive you have, yeah, it's a matter of time. A lot of time, a lot of hard work. But no, it's, you keep it up. Work your day job. Serve fries with that burger. What do you got to do to pay the bills? Yeah, and Kennedy says there has been a Japanese following of metal for a long time. Yeah, absolutely. So, and you never know, one day when you get that one email or that one phone call and suddenly you're on the map.
We'll see. I don't know. Hopefully.
Time, man.
Maybe.
And then come back on the show and go, yeah, I got it.
I just played in Japan.
There you go. Kennedy says, I saw Loudness open for Motley Crue in '85.
Wow. That's crazy.
At MSG. But, I don't know what Loudness is or MSG. Well, I know MSG, monosodium glucose.
Oh.
That's what I know. Andrea, you said oh?
I said, oh my goodness.
Oh, okay.
Loudness, they're a band.
Well, I got that.
Japanese metal band.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you. Thank you. It's let's see what other crazy questions I could come up with that'll keep us talking till we slap the next song in front of us. So, do you drink when you're on stage?
Madison Square Garden.
Oh, I heard of that place once.
MSG.
So, do you drink when you're on stage?
A little bit. I mean, I'll have like a beer, like 2 beers sort of thing. But like, I won't get like, I don't really get drunk or like go crazy sort of thing when I'm on stage. It's more like after I'll do the partying sort of thing. I'll hang out, whatever, and drink and stuff like that. But it's more like before, I like to be more like, I mean, I played a show like where we were just not gone, but I drank quite a bit sort of thing. It was a really good gig and stuff. But usually, I mean, like, it depends the gig, I'd say, because most of the time I don't really like, because if I drink too much or sort of thing, even if I smoke too much sort of thing, if I like smoke cigarettes or whatever, like outside and stuff, I can't sing as high, technically. I can't sing the high range sort of stuff. And now compared to the old stuff, like the new songs, I am trying to sing cleaner, higher sort of thing. I'm like practicing sort of stuff. So like, I find drinking, smoking is the opposite. Like, it's not gonna help. It's not gonna help your voice unless like, if you want to do that Motorhead thing or like you want a grungy kind of raspy voice, then all right. Like smoking, drinking, that's like perfect sort of thing. But if you want to sing clean, high, like I don't think it's a good idea sort of thing. Like I'll still drink and smoke, but
so who's in your playlist?
Not much before a gig. So
it's smart to do that. So who's in your playlist when you flip on and you hit random? Who comes up? Oh, hold on, we just okay.
I'd say like, I mean, recently it's like probably like Greta Van Fleet. I've been listening to them a lot. Like they got like that Led Zeppelin old school like 70s sort of vibe,
right?
But they also got like a fresh kind of side. It's not just like, because a lot of people think they're just like a Led Zeppelin ripoff. Like yeah, they got that Zeppelin sound, but they got their own take on it sort of thing, which I really like. I've been listening to them a lot, and like even like Royal Blood and stuff, Death from Above. A lot of like Pretty Reckless too. I really like Taylor Momsen's like vocals and her melodies too. I'll sing along to that sometimes and stuff, and yeah. So I'd say that, and yeah. Even a bit of Black Label Society too. I like the way I like his songs, and just like it's not really for his solo. Like he's a crazy guitarist, obviously. I think it's more like the songs I really like, especially that I think is that new album or something that came out, Grimace Hits. I really like that one, and it sounds great.
So what's your end game? What's in
Ghost 2 I really like too, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Yeah.
Man. It's
I think the new album too came out. Yeah.
When you go, I'm where I want to be. I've hit it. This is where I want it to be. What is that? What's that look like for you?
I don't know. I can't plan it, sort of thing. But
I'm okay with that concept, yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like every day, I guess, feels like a mission. In a sense, it's like, let's say I write a song, it's like, all right, I wrote a song, I gotta write another one. I gotta like keep on. It's never like, okay, I feel accomplished, I'm done, sort of thing. Because it's kind of like the artist mentality. Like if you feel accomplished to the point where you think you're like, okay, I succeeded, basically your creativity's done, sort of thing. Because it's like there's that saying like, no painting is done. It's just incomplete, sort of thing. Because like you could always add to a painting. I was in illustration design before, and then I dropped out, whatever, because of the band, sort of thing. I was in college and stuff. So I don't do as much art and painting as I would like to, sort of thing, because of music and stuff. But like every painting, what my teacher was saying is like, you could keep on adding details. Like you could go get the little paintbrush and add like the highlights and all that sort of stuff near the bushes or where the sun's coming in, sort of thing.
Right.
But at one point, you just got to stop and say like, all right, that's basically it. Time to make another painting, sort of thing. So it's like
you do your own art, you do your cover art, you do your posters and all that.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I'll do most of the graphic design, or sometimes for gig posters. My friend Max, he's in the Death Wheelers. They're on Riding Easy now. He's from Quebec, and he runs his his visual art company. Like he'll do a lot of gig posters. Visual Master, Brew DK. I think he's done stuff for like Beastmaker, Haunt. He's done like the Zach Sabbath, like Zach Wild's Sabbath tribute band.
Right.
He's done, I think, a poster for him. And yeah, he's a really cool style. Like that poster, you probably see in the back. That I don't know if my finger. Yeah, my finger's pointing there. If I turn my that poster, that black and white poster, you can't see it well in the camera, but he designed that one. And then this artwork over here, that's Sam Ectoplasm. She's a local artist from here. I bought the original artwork because I just loved it like too much, so I just need it.
Oh yeah.
Sort of thing. But I used that artwork. That was the artwork on the Child of Death single that was on YouTube, and
but that's what we're playing next. In a couple minutes, we're gonna do Child.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this poster, this one right here, that was this tour we did with the Space Wizards. Small 6-day tour thing. We just went more east, sort of thing, to like Halifax. And then the main artwork with the wizard with the pipe and the cocoon hanging, sort of thing. That's Jacob Wilkinson that did the illustration. And then I just did the graphic design layout, sort of made it look like a comic book front cover, sort of thing. But like most of the graphic design style, I'll do most of that sort of stuff, like the CD layout or C layout of posters or the cover photos, all that sort of stuff. And then I'll have different photographers that I know, like my friends, they'll take pictures, and then I'll use their shots, then edit it and make it look freaky and stuff.
So we ready to do Child of Death?
Yeah.
You want to say anything about this before we start?
It's a long song. There's a big bass solo at the end. It's like if you're into that like Cliff Burton-esque sort of stuff, probably you'll be into the whole bass solo section. But
let's check it out.
Yeah.
Found
we go. And Kennedy says that last part feels a bit like parts of Holy Diver. So,
Sick.
tell us a little
Nice.
bit about that song for you.
Yeah, basically, I mean, kind of the ending, like the bass solo part, is sort of my tribute in a sense to like Cliff Burton, sort of thing, because I was obsessed with him at one point, and I got like this book and whatever, and just I wanted to know everything I can about him. And then and then the end is like kind of like a Frank Marino, I guess, or Hendrix, like psychedelic effects and stuff like that. And then the song is like I mean, it's open sort of thing. Like, I don't even know what it means sometimes when I even interpret it. It's like it means a different thing. But
kind of where you are.
It's like, it's almost like not knowing what to do, and then this child like pops out of nowhere and starts like helping you and like guiding your way, sort of thing. And it's like that's probably the catchy long song, sort of thing. But
very good.
It's hard for me to explain the song, but
I understand. It's a piece of you, and it's like explaining a part of you, you know, and it changes, and you've changed.
Yeah.
So why don't you let everybody know about your next couple gigs? Tell them where and when, just next handful.
Yeah, for sure. So I guess I mean depending where the viewers are from and stuff. Well, we're playing the July gigs. We're playing four back-to-back dates in July in Ontario mostly. It's gonna be like Ottawa, Oshawa, Hamilton, Toronto. Then we're playing a local Montreal gig July 26th, and then that's pretty much it for July. And then after that, hopefully I can start setting up some U.S. tours when the visa permit comes in. Do a dual tour with this stoner rock band from like Detroit, sort of thing, and just start hitting up like the United States sort of thing, because it's a place I really want to go to play gigs, and the only place we played there was like Burlington, Vermont.
So where's your favorite place that you've performed? Which place did you walk away from going, man, that was a great place to jam?
Honestly, I would say like when we played, I mean, I haven't played everywhere, sort of thing. I mean, we're not big. But I'd say probably we played at this place in it's in Moncton, sort of thing. It was like this punk house, like a DIY place. Like it was all the people from the community. They just showed up, and it was like in this guy's basement. He had this like DIY venue, and just like a shit ton of people were there, and they were all like went crazy and stuff. And it was like good time, and met a bunch of people. Oshawa too, and at the Atria, they tend to go pretty crazy there. I mean, it depends everywhere. Like every gig is good in its own way, sort of thing. Like even last night, it was a great gig, like in Montreal, sort of thing. And I mean, some crowds you'll play are just stagnant. Some crowds you'll play, they'll mosh and just like knock over whatever, someone's beer or something on the side. And then like
definitely sounds like you appreciate the crowd, and that makes the show for you as opposed to the stage size or the facility. It's the people that show up and
I mean, we played like the rock pile pretty much in front of no one, to be honest, because everyone just left after every local band. They didn't stick around to see the other bands. They all went to just go see their friends' band. It's like, oh, I know the singer in that band, so I'm going to go watch his band. I'm going to leave after when there's like 7 bands total, sort of thing. And that was our first time playing there, so we basically played in front of no one, just like straight up sort of thing. And then, then we still played in front of like a few people and all the people that were there, because Rock Pile is a big place, sort of thing. But even though there wasn't that many people, it was still great playing in front of those people, sort of thing. And they liked the music, and then we hanged out and made new fans and stuff like that. But like for me, it doesn't matter how many people are there as long as I'm playing in front of someone, a new person, sort of thing.
See, that you never know. Should have set it up different. That venue should have started. Put the most popular with the biggest crowd at the end. That's the smart way to set a stage, because then, as a business, you want them to buy your drinks or whatever. So you want the crowd there as long as possible. So you put the most popular band last, even if it's just because they live there. Whatever. Yeah,
I mean, usually when you're from out of town and you're playing if you're like from another town, you're playing out of town gig, no one knows you. Like you're a small band. Usually, it's good to set up with local bands from that area on the bill, and then you play between them, sort of thing. Because there's always like, depending which city, there's always like the people that only see their local friends, sort of thing. So like they won't care whether you're from out of town, sort of thing. So you play in between them, so you're playing when people are sticking around, sort of thing. Because let's say that happened a few times, like you play a gig from out of town, so we play last, and then there's the local bands playing first. Everyone stuck around for local bands, and then everyone left for our band, and we're just like this messed up sort of thing. It's like they're not really there to discover new music. They're just there to like go and see their friend, and like that's it.
Which you get.
And I noticed
the venue
should
have scheduled it different for their own sake to make more money themselves, you know.
Yeah, and they won't really from those that happen. I mean, this happened at certain venues. So from what I saw where it happened, it's like these venues, they won't really say anything. The promoters won't say like, hey, stick around for the other band, stick around for the out of town band. They just pay like $200 a gas that drove like 9 hours there, 9 hours and back to play in front of you guys, and you're not sticking around. It's like, so what's the point? What's the point of us even paying money for gas and paying money for all this stuff to play in front of like basically no one because you're all leaving because you don't want to hear new music? It's like
a lot of times when I go see live music and it's multiple bands in a row, the one band leaving the stage always intros the next band and says, hey, stick around. And then that means that band is going to go, they were awesome to introduce us, tell their people to stick around for us.
Yeah.
And that's how you do it. So thank you.
Yeah, I try.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I try my best to do that whenever we play. Like, let's say, even local bands sort of thing. Like last night, whenever there's another band playing before or after, I always mention the next band sort of thing, because I feel like if people just came to the show not knowing there was originally a show and they see that band, they think, oh, okay, the band's done, probably the show's done, so I'll leave.
Right.
So, like, if they don't know there's another band playing, you should tell the crowd, tell them, like, hey, there's another band playing after us sort of thing, their headliner or whatever, there's a third band sort of thing, or check out the opening band sort of thing.
The night is still young, then go party with the band when it's all done. Zolla, I want to thank you for coming on, bud. It was
thanks a lot.
Music, and it was great to meet you.
Fun.
And we will be following your rise here, because I don't think with your drive and talent that you're going to have anything except an upward. And you're smart enough to play sober for the most part, most days. So that means you're not going to get messed up, you know.
Well, and it looks like you've got some new fans here.
Yeah. From
the tavern, and.
Awesome.
So when you come out with something new, you could just let us know, and
we'll bring you back on.
We'll let them know. Yeah.
Hang out, listen to some of your tunes. And by the way, a few comments here. Kennedy says, couldn't hear all of it because I have the job thing. Really enjoy listening. Daniel says, great guest. Thanks for your story, man. Great music. Keep going. So, definitely got some support here. So go enjoy the rest of your day. What are you doing tonight?
Probably I got to fill out another interview form thing from this Zine thing that came in like from Sweden sort of thing, and then I gotta probably finish up some lyrics to like this song. It's like it never stops.
No, it doesn't. After I'm done with the show, I gotta go pop out a few short stories for an anthology, and then I have to edit my next book. So I'm with you, man. I got you. So guys, we're gonna take a break here. We're gonna say goodbye to Zolla now. Thank you, bud. You have a great one, and we will catch you again soon, I think. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for having me.
Bye.
Okay, guys, hang out. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. I got to get some more coffee.
Talk the tavern. Here you're always welcome.
They say start from the ground up, so let's do that. So the snowballs are right next to the ding-dongs, which are right next to the ho-hos. That's dirty. Mixed chicks. Deep conditioning. See what else we can find. Look, it's do grow. Mega thick. Look at all the almond milk. I didn't even know you can milk an almond. Style makes me hungry with hair mayonnaise and olive cholesterol. M&M's named after me. White cheesecake. What's this shit? Hair fertilizer. Just found out white people can dance. Oh wait, that's Cracker Grooves. Look, it's Africa's best. No lie. Jergens wet skin moisturizer. Do you need to moisturize wet skin? You think it's only dry skin? Okay. So we got Special K. We got vanilla almond. What's on the back of that one? The Nutty White Chick. We got Chocolatey Delight. What's on the back of that one? There we go. Well done, Special K. Look, it's overworked hair putty. Sounds like jizz in the pubes, doesn't it? You know, I'm just curious, how long you been gay? Look, cuddly cuties. They're milky and chocolatey. For the horse in your family. Mane and tail and body shampoo. Horse. Check it out. Ginger snaps. For the pirates in your life that like to have great hair, argan oil. You know what? I really got something I want to ask you. Okay, so we got strawberry Twinkies. Is it me, or what does that resemble? I think I found the shampoo for Yetis, because first of all, it's from Frozen, and second of all, the type is Belly Flolly. Caress, love forever. You know what, chick? Okay, we're back, and it's time to rearrange that screen.
Oh my goodness.
Otherwise, Andrew's just a nose and a mouth.
Yeah, whatever. It happens.
That's no good.
It's nose good.
Yeah, what you said.
Huh? I don't know.
So that was Zolla Marc from Pink Cocoon, everyone. I think that was a pretty good guest there. And Roughhead. Kennedy, you know people from Sweden, do you? I know the one guy who's got a cooking show. Anything to your pork.
Bark, bark, bark.
Eat the cheeky soup.
Yes.
I made some great Indian food last night. I'm very pleased with it. It's better as leftovers because the flavors have marinated.
Yeah, after we're done here. That's what I'm getting. I'm hungry. I'm very hungry.
Good choice. Good choice.
And you know, after yesterday, all I can think of is like a roast dinner and going to Kentucky for some fried chicken.
We could hunt down the original KFC. Find it. And I think everybody who's in chat already knows about this, but there's the link for my Kickstarter. Don't forget, tomorrow I am doing a 12-hour show.
Oh, you need to see some of the stuff because he's taking notes.
Yeah, I've got
and the stuff he's going to do.
Ideas and guests lined up. So far, what do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 guests lined up at this point in time, but might bring more people in. It'll be very random, and people stick around for as long as they like, and then bail and get out of here and come back and all that.
I have stuff to do tomorrow, so I can't be on very long.
You want a game tonight? What game do you want to run or play tonight? What are you looking at tonight, Daniel?
Well, I'm gaming tonight.
I'm just curious.
I'm going to finish my Beetlejuice stuff on Lego Dimensions. Beetlejuice World. I found the sandworm in the sandy part, and I came in his mouth.
Did you ride the sandworm?
I came through his mouth. What?
What?
That was very interesting last night.
Oh, my coffee cup's not open. No wonder I can't drink it. So, Dan, I don't think I can play online with you. No, Daniel, what are you talking about? Play Lego Dimensions online or play like Marvel superheroes online? Yeah, well, you can't play together on Lego Dimensions anyway. That doesn't have the capability. I'm just
unless you're here. Right. You have to come over here to play.
Okay, I wasn't sure if Daniel, you were talking about tabletop role playing tonight or video games tonight. That's what I was checking on. Okay. Because the tabletop role-playing, we'd only have to strong-arm Elizabeth into it, and if Andrea's willing to run that instead of
tonight
her video games. Yeah.
For 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because after that, I have things I have to do.
Yes, we do. I've got to get all set up for tomorrow and everything. So anyhow, we're in our third and final hour here. Hello to whoever just popped in. I saw it popped up. We're sitting back after having our guest on for a couple hours and relaxing. And this weekend, I will probably be scheduling more guests. I do have a list of people who already want to schedule dates with us, and then I have a list of people who don't know I'll be approaching them. Creepy.
But if there's anyone you would like to see on here, let them know, let us know, and we'll see if we can make it happen.
Yeah, bridge that gap. So, I have sleeping kitties here.
Yeah, none of them are in here right now.
So sleepy. And our little squirrel, it's our little orange one, and when we got her, she's practically
her eyes are huge.
And today, I don't know what the hell happened when nobody was looking, but she is terrified of everything today. Yesterday,
she has PTSD.
She does. Yesterday, she was all dropping, showing belly. Who touched me today? She was like, fuck, somebody breathe. Off she goes behind the couch. She's having a flashback day. The LSD has kicked in or something like that. We don't know. But we
let her be for the most part. And she does all right.
She's usually fine, but today is just one of her off days. And she let me pet her a little bit, but she looked terrified the whole time with huge eyes and like.
She always looks like that.
Yeah, she does.
Her eyes are huge. She's adorable. Oh, see on my makeup, I'm channeling Dee Snider today. My hair's not as big as his, but my makeup's all right.
That's a true story.
See, and I wore my metal t-shirt because it's Metal Day.
Metal Day. See, some people have leg day and arm day. Andrea has metal day.
But I'm wearing my plaid shorts, so it's okay.
I'm checking who's on because I want to go to one of these channels. And I want to see how many bits I have. What?
I was looking at channels earlier, and there's one. It's called Hike Live. They're hitchhiking across America.
Oh wow, we get to watch them like murdered in a station wagon.
Well, no, and right now he's like at a place eating pizza or something. But I'm like, okay,
nice.
I'm gonna see how it goes. I just found it, and I want to see how, because it's kind of interesting.
I have.
Maybe they're hiking across America. I don't know, whatever.
I have 2,160 bits currently. That's all from watching videos.
How much?
2,160.
I need to get bits for my channel.
See, and that's why I'm letting our viewers know. You can build bits up. I haven't paid for a single one. It's all watching advertisements while I'm watching other streamers. Oh, thank you, Daniel. Here's to you. Here's to your wood. May they never be softwood. What?
It's wood.com.
It is.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's woodpodcast.com, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It's wood.com. I feel like he should have a theme song. Like Wayne's World had a theme song. I mean, like, it's wood.
It's wood.
It's wood.
Sanding time. Excellent.
Sanding.
I don't know.
I hate sanding. Not especially with painting and doing drywall work. I hate sanding, but even with wood, I'm just like, You laugh, but I'm working on the website or on your wood. Are you out in the Are you out in the workshop?
Or the theme song. Hey, we just made a theme song.
Grouchy Grandma. Don't know why, but I can't get bits. Well, let me ask you this. Are you watching on your phone or on a computer? Let's start with that.
Well, here's the thing. You have to go to the chat box, click on the triangle for get bits, and then watch video. If you go to the top thing above the video, that's only to purchase with
Correct.
money.
Yeah, so you click on the triangle like you're going to cheer, and there's a little button that pops up in that pop-up that says Get Bits. And when you go there, it has the list of prices, but up top it also has Watch Video. So now, if you can't do that, it's because it's a pop-up, and you might have a pop-up blocker. And if you're blocking pop-ups on Twitch, then you're not going to be able to watch the videos. So make sure you
If you go to the top of your screen, the three little dots, go down to settings, and there should be a place to uncheck to block pop-ups.
There you go. So there's that. It's other than that, we can't take more than that.
Just Google it.
So
because I don't know.
Okay, well that sounds like
so Daniel's looking to get music. We just made your theme song. You're welcome.
Oh, you're working on the theme song. Gotcha. Well, when we have these little bands on, or the big bands, you just reach out to them.
That's when you say so.
Yeah. Hey, what would it cost to
be like, hey, I got this podcast about wood. You write a theme song and it advertises them.
There you go. Like I do with Mark Rossmore of Escape the Clouds and SteampunkMusic.com. What?
You can pay him in wood.
That's right. Pay him in wood. Flip him your wood,
That's
big
right.
guy. I don't know if I want this last pipe. They were good, but you like that BCA,
I don't know.
huh?
That one you were smoking in the house smells like ice cream. It's vanilla. It smells very nice.
I want to do... Wait, what? My last show theme was done by Y&T. You and people in your...
What does that mean?
Yes. My son loves to use acronyms and abbreviations, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. Use words.
Back in my day, we only had YMCA.
That's right. It's the only acronym we had. And we all knew it, because he could just...
But nobody knew what it stood for. They just knew how to spell it.
No, Y&T is a famous rock band. Apparently not that damn famous. Because we don't know who they are.
Let me go to the Google. Oh my God, Becky.
Look at her butt.
I was watching Sing the other day. That is my favorite part.
Sing is a great movie.
Acoustic classic. What?
You know what? While you're looking that up.
In California.
Don't forget, as I said, tomorrow is a 12-hour stream. Monday we have Eric Larson, who is confirmed. He's going to be on discussing ExpectoCon. And then next week is actually to be determined, to be scheduled. Now tomorrow,
I'll be here.
I'm going to read the local papers for part of the show. Read them out loud to everyone because you get some crazy articles in these things. I'm going to do my own cheap-ass poor man's ASMR.
Oh, God. Just Google it.
We do have
Just Google it. Or type it in the Twitch, search thing later.
Yeah, and watch some real ones, and then watch me do it.
Yeah.
We will have Elizabeth Puchetsny joining us, Pickle Lady. We will have Michael Thompson, Andrea D'Amico will be joining us, Richard Knowles.
Who's that?
That's Des. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you meant in the chat. What's a professional?
No.
Professional what? I don't know what you're talking about.
ASMR. Des. He's going to do his own version of it tomorrow.
To be clear, that is not ass-to-mouth radio. I just want to be clear.
Oh, see, only you thought of that.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm the only one that thought about that when they Googled it and went, that's not what I was looking for. That's ATM. I'm not doing ATM tomorrow. Ooh. Yeah, welcome to the show. How you doing?
No. That's what?
That's a no. And Richard Knowles will be joining me for an hour or three, something like that. Basically, I'll have random people on to keep me company as I pimp the Kickstarter that everybody already knows.
I'll be doing something.
Mm-hmm. It's we did have quite a jump in the Kickstarter today. I did some early morning posting, and we are 92% funded at this point in time. I want to say it was 93, but now it's back to 92. I don't know.
Yeah, what?
Who knows? Nobody
Who?
knows.
No.
The bubbles I've seen.
I don't know what the percentage is, but it's up there.
It's 91.9.
I don't see where you see that on here.
Well, it's $1,000 and it's at $919, so you just move the decimal over one and you got the percentage. Just saying.
Quit being smart with numbers.
Mathing. I'm mathing. You ever listen to the Dave Matthews Band?
Yes.
I think I did, but I couldn't name a damn thing they do. But they're apparently quite popular at some point, and people would mention them like, I know the name, I don't know what they do at all, ever.
Not my thing,
but
I've heard them. I couldn't pick them out of a lineup, so I know they were played on the radio a lot.
They were. They're no Nickelback. Why do people hate?
Aren't they Canadian?
I don't know. Like, Nickelback or Dave Matthews Band?
Nickelback. I can't say I hate them. I have a couple of their albums.
Yeah,
I like a lot of different stuff.
I love the jokes about them, but I don't get why people hate them so much. I mean, besides the obvious, maybe they were overplayed and.
Yeah, well, and I used to love the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Now I can't stand it. Whenever it comes on the radio, I have to turn it off because they play the same 4 songs.
Right.
And it grates I just can't do it.
That's something I've said.
It's horrible.
I don't mind hearing the popular songs that we've heard hundreds and hundreds of times, but I would like to hear something else by the bands I like. Give me that other track on the album.
Well, on the radio, they were playing the same 4 songs for like 20 years. Come on, people. That's how you get new music out there. But maybe they haven't had anything good since.
You get good music. Do you want good music? That's how you get good music.
That's how you get good music. But $20 is $20, and they pay they play what they're paid to play.
And Des, I get the feeling you're right. The funny thing is, and Des, I am not pushing for anything here, just so you know. But Des he almost never throws bits when Bob isn't around. I think it's just, it's become their game.
That's funny.
You think he'd try to sneak ahead of Bob while Bob's not around. Then again, maybe Des will throw bits and then bam, Bob gets a notification, pops in, throws bits. I don't know.
Those two are funny.
They are.
Hey, there's Giraffe.
He is. He's massaging my inner thigh. Daniel says,
yeah, he is.
You are now fully funded at 9:54. I am at 9:54. Did you go update your thing? Thank you, man. Let me see. I appreciate that. Did he just jump ahead of Bob?
Let me move this. I can't see the total.
And
no, but pretty close.
Daniel, that doesn't actually make
That's funny.
He's got it now.
It doesn't say fully funded. He says you're now.
It's not fully now funded at 954, but the Kickstarter doesn't fund until it hits 1,000. And again, not asking you to go give more. I really appreciate that, and the bits there too, buddy. I get the feeling we will probably be funded before the evening is out, and all day tomorrow with
which
a
is awesome.
Stream. I will aim to get us up to a stretch goal, which is what I'm really hoping to do. Hold on. It's back. It's back down to 919, but there it's back up to 954. It had to refresh itself.
You have to refresh it.
Yeah, but I'm really hoping to go and push for a stretch goal, which if we don't make, I'll still have a great time 12 hours on the stream. But
I'll still go on there.
I'd love to basically get the money put towards the next 2 books that I am currently editing the rough draft of and get those published. And I haven't put any money towards the editing, covers, etc. of that. So, but that's down the road. It's oh wait, is Daniel now competing with Oh, look. Daniel's coming up the back there. Well,
That was so funny.
He's going to get... Oh, giraffe. I don't want you laying over there, big guy. Look how big that cat is.
He's a big galoot,
He is. He's a sweetheart. He's the one cat the other cats don't mess with. And every once in a while, somebody will, like R2 Goblin, the black one, and then the youngest one, Harry, they'll go mess with one of the other cats, and Giraffe will come up and like just knock him down and stare at him.
He's like, that's
oh
no.
my goodness.
What's that?
Hey, by the way, okay. By the way, Daniel,
What's that football
thank you
giveaway?
so much. Everybody,
What does that mean?
go cheer. I think it's 5 or more, and you will then be able to get free emotes. You get extra emotes. And if you ever cheer over 150 bits at one time, you get a permanent emote as opposed to just a
Did I get something?
I don't know. Could check your emotes. You got more emotes?
No. I don't think so.
You got like the hats and stuff?
No. I've had those.
Oh, okay. Well, you had those.
I don't know what's going on.
But yeah, anybody who cheers after Daniel did that, the next 5 people will get bonus emotes for a temporary amount of time. And if you cheer 150 bits or more in one cheer, I think it's 150, you get, here, I'll show you the emote you get. Hold on, I gotta find my ball.
I have a soccer ball one.
I think it's this one. I think that's the permanent one you get.
Which one?
The one.
What the hell is that? Is that an owl?
That's a football. It's a soccer ball for the American.
It looks like an owl.
And the ones I just put up, these are the 3 icons depending what level you subscribe at. Everybody at the minimum level gets to Talk at the Tavern symbol, the brandy glass, and the mustache at $10 and $25 respectively. See, there you go. Has got it, and the crying football. I tell you what, the one I really like from the soccer collection is, hold on, looking for it. I just love these 4. I don't care about the hats. I love these 4. Oh,
they love you too.
There you go. It's they're just adorable. They're the cutest ball I have ever stared at.
You're weird. Hey, what's that one? I have that and that and that.
It reminds me of Pop-Ups.
I'm going to show you all my balls.
Okay, so Daniel says, I'm heading out, my friends. Let me know if you put together a Marvel game, and I will be there.
That's Saturday.
I know you weren't. Des. Des says, so I wasn't
Saturday
really trying
night.
to get into any more cheer wars. I know, bud. It's, and I wasn't pushing for that. I feel like you guys have supported us so much. I have
It's all good.
trouble.
Daniel, the Marvel game is Saturday. Remember that.
But he was seeing if we could play tonight.
No.
Okay. So Daniel,
I have to play Beetlejuice.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
I can't get in a chair where I have like 20.
Well, you can get into one. You would just lose.
Probably.
There we go. Okay. It looks like I got the job I applied for.
Oh, well, you knew that.
Yeah, I did that.
When do you go in?
I got to go click on the thing and schedule my first day.
Oh, you do that later.
I'll do it when I'm not on the show.
Yeah, you will.
It's always such.
Is that at the closer place?
No.
Or no?
No. That's on the other one. It's always such a mixed feeling when you get a new job. On one hand, you're like, yay, a job. On the other hand, you're like, oh, a job.
A job.
So, yeah,
I'm
good
sorry.
times. Congratulations. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yay, you. I'm so sorry.
You can start your own Twitch gaming stream, Daniel. But if you convince Elizabeth to play tonight, we'll play on mine.
There you go, Daniel.
If Travis wants to.
I'll do it. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm leaving that on you, Daniel. Because after I get off here, I need food.
Like I said, I could game 5 times a week and be very happy with it. I just enjoy it that way.
Challenge accepted.
There you go.
He's funny.
We're like, Daniel, you got to do the work. You got to convince Elizabeth.
I'll be there.
Can you sing
Oh
a
my
song?
goodness. I can. I'm not.
Oh. Okay, go ahead.
I'm not.
That's a great
You'll lose
joke.
viewers. You've heard me singing around the house. Nobody wants to hear that.
Yeah, till I walk in the room, then you're like, nope, nothing's going on. Nothing to see here. Move on. I
sing to the cats. The cats don't run away because I hold them down. Like, I'm going to sing to you.
I do have some. Let's see. Daniel says, I'll let her know I need to play or I might have another heart attack. I don't know about the moral implications of that statement.
If we don't play, you could just play with your wood. It's okay. Stop doing that.
Sorry, what, the yawning or the leaning back is
yeah.
I gotta set the hair tomorrow.
Well, if people cheer enough, maybe you could wear the bikini.
Yes. Yes, if they cheer enough. They cheer enough.
I do have a coconut bra made out of real coconuts.
Nice.
It's a lovely bunch of coconuts.
If they cheer enough that I don't need to accept that new job, fucking bikini all the way. All the way.
Then I'll have to get a new one.
Well, not every day, just for the stream.
Oh.
Des, you wouldn't want to see me in a coconut bra?
I think we scarred him. Sorry, Des. Tell your friends.
If we don't have a bikini that fits me, I could just do what Mike Myers did in Wayne's World 2, where he pulled the underwear up into the crack of his butt and walked around.
Yeah, but you can't do the belly roll like him.
No, I can't. I can't. It's,
I thought you were leaving, Daniel. I thought you had stuff to do, Daniel.
Daniel had Travis in a coconut bra, and he's like, oh, cheering for that shit. Let's get that up there. It's oh, by the way, Daniel, you are 13 bits away.
It's 12?
13 bits away from being number one. A bit share.
You'll always be number one to me.
Oh. So, what do you think of Zolla Marc's music?
I like it.
Yeah, it's definitely multi-generational. There you go. You're number one, Daniel.
I like the industrial sound. I liked it. It's good. It's something I can listen to when I'm cleaning or driving.
Kennedy says he's a bit behind. You're welcome, Des. I'm here.
Yeah, you are.
Don't worry, Des. You're still number one in my book. I have it right down here.
You're number one to me.
Just be careful which list in the book you're on that you're number one.
Oh, that's scary.
I'm a list guy.
Yes. I have lists and I have cards.
Oh, that's right. Daniel's not coming on tomorrow. He's got a full day. I was about to say, I don't have him on the list of people showing
He's
up.
coming on tomorrow night for the gaming. No. That's Saturday, not tomorrow. I don't know what I'm doing. God bless.
It's all good. It's like you.
It's
with the
Friday.
cards,
Friday's
I
my
will
day
keep you
to
on
do
track.
stuff. Yeah, Friday's my day to do stuff.
I'm wondering how many. See, I have all the refill breaks, so I'll be able to play quite a few of them tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's what a good week, though. What a good week. Monday we had, what was our topic? Oh, we went random because our guest couldn't make it in time. And we did what the hell do we call it? Oh, we're Seinfelding it. That was a fun show.
Yeah.
Flew by. Tuesday with the tea party.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. What were you going to say?
I was going to say that was Erin, but she had work stuff. Are you trying to get her on Friday?
I have sent her 2 emails
Oh,
So
she's probably working.
at this point in time, yeah, it's G-Raf
Okay.
just went and climbed on top of Goblin like Goblin was a cushion. And now he just laid out a Goblin is taking up like 20% of the top of the thing they're laying on, and his eyes are just slitted and
Cats are
glaring.
funny as hell.
But he's quitting G-Raf. So G-Raf, I guess, is our dominant. And then Goblin and
Of
Harry
course, he's Giraffe.
He's huge. Size does matter. And then yesterday, of course, William Kircher from The Hobbit, who has now put us in contact with the actress that he worked with in Rogue Warrior.
Wasn't she the star of the movie?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
And
that's
I believe
fabulous.
he might be putting us in touch with the director also of a project he's
that's
currently
great.
working on. So.
Oh yeah, for the Charles Dickens story thing.
No, I want to say
Or
for
there's-
Evolution. Daniel
Okay.
says, what? Oh, okay. Daniel says,
What?
Travis question, am I making you a Stein or a coffee travel mug? I would go with the coffee travel mug. And the reason for that is,
He'll use that more.
You can make it a Stein, just with that insert for the hot coffee would be good. Because travel mugs, I only use my Tervis for hot drinks when I'm in the car, because it has a lid, it has a straw, it works great. But for here, I have ceramic mugs, which only keep your coffee hot for like 10 minutes. So I tend to use this, which is not very pretty, but I love the wider bottom and the thinner top, so it's hard to knock over. It's got a little rubberized.
He likes big bottoms.
Yeah, I cannot lie. But I can't find these for sale anywhere anymore, and I love.
They don't sell them anymore.
Yeah, I don't know why they stopped. These are awesome.
They don't fit in your cup holder.
But yeah, as for the Stein, I tend to use a pint glass when having a beer or a soda or whatever, and I have all kinds of geeky pint glasses. So there we go. There's one right there, the Batman pint glass. So yeah, the coffee travel mug would be excellent for the show. And if you put a Talk of the Tavern symbol, just make sure when you hold it in your right hand, it's on this side. Because I want everybody to see Talk of the Tavern. Talk of the Tavern.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, I'm glad you chose that because I bought the insert yesterday. Thank you, man. It's I truly appreciate that.
Well, I might get in Discord notifications.
Oh, did you join somebody's channel and didn't mute it? That'd be why. It's a pain.
Oh, probably Toey's.
Oh yeah, could be. It's Toei wanted me to help her out yesterday with her Discord channel, but I knew less than her, so she's like, "Yeah, I don't want your help anymore." And I went, "Well, that's great. After you figure out what you're doing, I want your help." And she's like, "Okay, we could do that." It's
I'm going to do a shout out for her.
There you go. Absolutely. And Daniel says, now I have to come out in January. Must deliver the cup. There you go. Just don't wear it on the airplane.
Did you book your hotel room already?
Yeah, a few.
Because you could always cancel it. Book it now. Book it now.
Des, you're right. And every time I join a new person's Discord channel, I go and mute that channel, all notifications. You know, sometimes I look at now, I think everybody here knows, but I'll say it again. I don't know, go to marscon.net and click on hotel.
Yeah, I'm going to put the link in the chat so everybody can.
There we go. We hung out with Des there this year.
But what I recommend, Daniel, call them, speak to an actual person, say you want the MarsCon rate, you're going to be there for MarsCon. Otherwise, they're going to charge you so much. We get a really good rate. So,
yeah, it's like
there you go.
$90 a night or something like that.
That's with tax and everything.
So I think most of our viewers know I write, I run the show, and I do various other things also. I do. So you'll call after you leave. After you leave the show, or after you leave the state, or after you leave MarsCon? I think they are, Des. Not sure. But My point being, when it comes to Discord and watching other Twitch channels or watching YouTube videos or even scrolling through social media, my time is so full that between the show and the writing, any leftover time I would rather spend it with Andrea or my son, or just having a break and do nothing, not scrolling through my phone. Though I do that on times, don't get me wrong. So yeah, other people's Discord channels, and sometimes I envy other people and go, I could drop the writing and the show and then just be one of those people who come hang out. But I've tried it, and I can't do that. I always go back to making new things and doing more things, and I envy the people a little bit who just get to come in and hang out. But when I try to do it, I can't. I end up having to go do something. So my point is, it takes all kinds, and I'm glad there are both kinds. Or all kinds. Or some kinds. Or kind people.
Yes.
I'm looking at your pictures behind you now.
Me?
You have gay on your shoulder.
I do.
Who's the couple in the picture next to her? Is that Princess Bride?
Hold on one second. Oh.
She's got to look.
We have my Princess Bride playing cards.
Hold it still. There we go. Okay, got it.
These are actually really neat. I like them. You gave them to me.
I did.
Oops.
That's very nice of me.
Yeah, it is.
I should remember these things.
What's it came with this? It was when we first got together. It was so long ago.
Nice, nice.
See, these are the cards.
Do the kings look like one of the characters? Oh, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. There we go.
And of course, like you said before, I have Gay over my shoulder. This is my friend Gay, who's no longer here. Awesome woman.
Yeah.
She was close to 80 years old. We became friends. We played dress up and had tea every afternoon, and she was fun.
And discussed sex toys.
Oh, and she told me about the ones that her husband made. Yeah.
Were they wood?
Because he was... No, they were mechanical and she's the one that got me to watch Big Bang Theory because she watched it all the time. She loved it. She said Sheldon reminded her of her husband because that's how he was.
That's not her
husband. And then I have this. This is not her husband.
That's Marty Phillips.
It's Igor.
Uh-huh.
Igor.
With Abby.
Abby Normal. Yeah, I got this at Scares That Care. One of the artists, John Hairston Jr. He was nice, and that's where I got some of the artwork hanging on your wall, the Muppets, and then the panda with the mustache.
Right over here, just above my finger. That's the Muppets picture. And then the other one, panda with the mustache, is right there. Kind of hard to see, but there it is. There we go.
And I think they are taking reservations now up until December. So, yeah, just so you know, it's always better to get it done.
Get her done.
Because you can always cancel it. I already have a room.
Get a room.
But staff usually gets theirs.
Get a staff.
Booked first. Hmm.
Nothing. I'm just yelling random things out.
Huh?
I'm not doing anything. Not doing anything. I'm petting a cat belly. Now I'm petting a cat head. They're different cats, too.
I need to make time to work on my costume stuff because on my dress mannequin, I have some stuff that's not quite finished. I need to finish.
You could do that on your stream.
I could. That may happen.
I'll give you a microphone so you don't have to wear your headset when doing that.
Yeah, because that's... I just went to my dress mannequin and I adjusted it so it fits my measurements now.
Nice.
I had to make them bigger.
She's still hot, though. Mm-hmm. I have hit 200 pounds going down. Kennedy, I will think about going to Mars. What about MarsCon?
The planets?
By the way, Kennedy, let me know. I commented on one of your Facebook things. Speaking of MarsCon and writing, Tara Moeller, you've seen Mo on the show. You might have seen Tara on the show also when we did Tuesday Ladies and Mo.
And she was on during the week a couple times too.
Right. So she's put a call out, mostly to people she knows, for a fairy anthology. Because the
he said his screen locked up and didn't hear that. Can you repeat it?
Okay. Kennedy, starting over from the beginning, we're asking if you're going to the planet Mars or MarsCon. And then I commented on one of your Facebook posts about writing. You mentioned you have a story put into an anthology. You're not sure if it's been accepted yet. There is a fairy anthology that Tara Moeller is putting together. You may have seen her on the show with Two Zany Ladies and Mo. Mo, I know you've seen Mo on the show. This is Mo's mom. Also worked with me on Awkward Compliments, the card game. But she's putting together an anthology for MarsCon, whose theme is fairies, in January. And she this year, published a werewolf one because that was the theme, and now she's going to do a fairy one. And if you're interested in being part of that, now just so you know, the deadline is supposed to be July 1st. In 3 days. But there's the MarsCon thing. But, if you wanted to be in it and she needs more stories, I'm sure she'd give you a little extra time and whatnot, because it doesn't have to be totally completed and printed and in her hands till January. But she wants to make sure she has plenty of time to do it with real life and everything. So just let me know if you want put in contact with her, and I will check with her and make sure she is looking for another story or two. I know it is. She's hoping for about 7,000 words per short story, or 7,000 words per author. So if you wanted to do 2 shorter ones, that kind of thing, orals, and she will accept poetry.
Very, 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 very.
Oh, okay. I thought you added the word fairy at the end, so it's very, 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 very fairy.
The end. That's my poem.
There we go. I am very fairy. I am a scary fairy. When I don't shave, I am a hairy fairy. Do I get to see people drunk at MarsCon? Yes.
Yeah.
Us? Probably not. But indubitably, you will see drunk people at MarsCon.
It won't be me. I don't do that. Not in a big public event like that.
How dark or light fairies? Kennedy, she wants, basically, teenage and up, so it can have sex, but she doesn't want erotica. It can have violence, but she doesn't want a gore story. Yes, you can go darker, or you can go comedic. She wants a variety. So it's a rhetorical question. I'm sorry. I didn't catch the...
Quit answering that.
Rhetoricism.
I still won't be drunk.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's one of those. I'll put the two of you in contact. And she has a Facebook group for the authors participating. We'll add you to that so you can go read through all that and see what people are doing and what they're looking for. But it's pretty open. Just has to be, and it can go in any direction. You can. She would prefer it from the fairies' point of view. But I told her I'll do 2 stories, and one of it is going to actually be the FBI investigating fairy activity.
I started one, but I'm not a writer.
It's work.
I have ideas. No.
One of the cats has its paw on the face of the other cat. Just
no. Cats are so fun.
They're unconscious. Oh. There we go. Oh, what happened there?
Was that me?
Oh, no. I heard a like somebody leaving the call. The Skype call. I don't know.
Was it me?
Well, you're still here. And I'm still here.
I see it. It shows a Message. Huh.
For you?
I don't know what it was.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's
I
all.
don't know.
I see white people. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because you're right up on your camera, Andrea, so you're like all up in it.
You're welcome.
See, you could do a whole stream like that and just whisper. Hi, how are you?
Don't make this weird.
Just let it happen.
Hail Hydra.
Hold on, I'm writing these things down. You have to have the special binaural microphone. Not when I'm doing the cheap-ass bastard ASMR.
I don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
What?
I've looked at those mics. Those things are expensive for
They
ears.
are. Instead, to create the stereo effect, I'll do this. I'm over here. Now I'm over here. Does that work?
Oh my god. No. That sounded moist.
That's just a small sample of what you can see tomorrow in my 12-hour stream when I get so bored.
Oh god.
Yeah, $500.
Are you going to be sitting on the couch or anything, or are you going to be in your office?
Office, out of the way, so you can traipse through the living room without a problem.
I'll do that anyway.
Is that what they're doing there? They're getting their jollies off. Well, as long as they throw bits when they're throwing their bits.
Yeah, I saw the microphones. That, you know, the inexpensive, cheapy one with one ear is $500. Man,
With one, do we
I'm
have
doing it wrong.
Do we have a rubber ear somewhere I could just put over my microphone? You know,
I have something, but I don't know if I should show that on camera.
You know what I could get? I could just get your head, not your head, but the head behind you, and put Mr. Potato Head ears on it.
You could. Pardon me, I'm going through my drawers.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it.
What?
I have something you can use. I have a soap mold you can use as a microphone.
I don't think. I don't know if Twitch is going to be accepting of that concept.
It's a soap mold.
I could just get a banana instead.
I make soap and I sell it.
I could get one of my big cigars instead.
Yeah, you can. Oh, like the baby's arm?
Yeah. You know what else? I should bring in a bucket of different hats and have like the squirrel head and the horse head.
Oh, that's weird.
It'd be hell to read the screen like that.
That'd be funny, though.
I could just do an interview as a squirrel. And just every once in a while get distracted and go, me! This is a good idea. Let me write down the...
Who told you this was a good idea? Oh my goodness.
Really, no one, ever. This is going to be the point in time where I regret not having alcohol for a show.
See, yeah, you want to borrow my head? We can put some ears on it. Oh, you know what we need?
What?
We can go to the party store and get those Halloween, the fake ears. Yeah. I have elf ears. We can put an elf ear on it.
Des, this would be more of a hold my whiskey bottle moment.
Oh.
That might be important for tomorrow. I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh. Hey, you should see if Kevin's working. Maybe he'll come on.
So when are we going to go to the store and get vinegar and coffee filters?
Has to be Saturday.
Has to be Saturday, huh?
It has to be Saturday during the day because, I mean, I could do it tomorrow, but
You do it tonight.
Saturday during the. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
No. Okay.
I don't want to. No.
Okay. That's okay.
See, we can.
What?
We can go tomorrow during the day. Not tomorrow. Saturday during the day. Because we don't have a game until Saturday night.
Well, it'd be too late to get the whiskey for tomorrow's show. That's all I was aiming for.
Oh, you can go to the store to get whiskey.
I can't do it at midnight tonight, that's for sure. I would have to get up like early tomorrow. Hold on, let me just go look up ABC.
You want me to go tomorrow? They close at 6.
What time do they open? Can I get there before?
I think they open at 10.
That's when I start. I look like no whiskey for Travis.
I can go if you need me to.
Maybe. Need is a strong word. It's one of those things. Probably.
If you would like me to go,
I do.
I will go.
Yes, I do. I want you to go.
I can get coffee filters while we're out and coffee creamer and all that stuff. And then you won't have to leave Saturday.
And vinegar. Yes.
Yeah, it's for salad dressing. But I've eaten all the salad on my sandwich today.
Yeah, they open at 10.
Dumped it.
10 to 9 tomorrow. So, yeah, it's...
Yeah, we can do that. I can go.
What else was I clicked on this for a reason. Why did I click on
What's wrong with you?
What?
Oh my God.
I don't know what's
The big yellow one's the sun.
Yeah, it is.
Brian Regan. He's so funny.
No, he's not. Maybe a little.
Big yellow one is the sun. It's a cup of dirt.
Andrew is so easily amused. It's oh, good times. Squirrel's up there hiding her face. She heard her name and she looked at me. I think she peed a little.
The moosin' in the woodsin'.
You gonna talk about the boxing too?
We need him on the show just to do that routine. I would pee, so he cannot say that.
And here's Andrea broadcasting from the bathroom.
It amuses me so much. I love the Comedy Channel on Pandora. It's so funny.
Hold on, writing down more ideas that I can do tomorrow.
See, I have the solar system hanging from my ceiling. The big yellow one is the sun.
So I'm going to need the bell back that we used for Whose Line Is It Anyway?
I gave it back to you. I don't have it.
Oh, I don't have it. I don't know where it is. I'll find it.
I have a bell. It's a ring-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding
Also,
bell, but
I
not
can do
bell.
that thing where I take 2 glasses, one full of water, and pour it slowly into the other one.
You make everybody go pee.
Who needs a potty break?
Yeah, Kennedy. Brian Regan is great. Do you know him? Tell him to come on this show and just say, the big yellow one is the sun. That's all I need him to say. And it's my favorite.
And also, see if he could dress like that early 90s Star Silk look that he had going on.
Oh my God, the shoulder.
With the big hair and the silk mustard yellow shirt. And, yeah, that'd be great.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
It's, yeah, we need a little bit of a pouffant.
See, that's how I found Brad Williams on Pandora with Brian Regan and Jim Gaffigan and Fluffy and all of them. I love that channel. It's funny. Boop.
I'll boop
Done.
that. I'll see what I can do. That's awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that, Kennedy. You'll make Andrea's week. Maybe even a week and a half.
Oh my God. That's funny. That's fabulous.
Says, I used to listen to comedy and watch comedy specials all the time. I did too, when Comedy Central was actually like stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
And yeah, you do get burned out because I stopped listening for a while and then I go back and try to type in a new name on Pandora. That way I get some different material because once I've heard a routine more than 3 times, I'm kind of done. Even with Jim Gaffigan, I love his stuff, but I can't listen to it over and over and keep laughing.
Yeah, for a few weeks I listened to that, and right now it's the new metal channel, which is my play thing right now.
Hey, maybe you'll hear Zolla Marc on there.
Maybe. Maybe not with the metal I listen to.
Possibly not, yeah.
Because I like the whole thrash and rah, rah, rah stuff.
I do sometimes hear the questions that come out of my mouth and go, yeah, that's one you probably shouldn't have asked.
What'd you ask?
Like when I'm asking about Peak Cocoon, I asked, is that a vagina reference? Yeah, probably shouldn't have done that one. Yeah, that was...
Keep that in your head.
That's what happens when you have a live show. These things just blurt out once in a while.
Oops.
A lot of comics now are topical, so if you don't hear it when it's happening right now, it's no longer relevant when you hear it. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, like Robin Williams is on there, and the stuff he's talking about happened like a long time ago. I find it funny because I know what it is.
Right.
But a lot of the generation now are like, what?
Also, the style of comedy has changed, and the comics from the 80s and 90s, it sounds slightly wrong. It just doesn't have the same rhythm the current comedy does, and it's interesting. And also, I hate a comic who screams or yells.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
I'm okay with that.
He was loud a lot. He's on the channels now, and I had to look to see who it was because they sounded vaguely familiar with the voice, but he's not yelling like he used to, and I like his stuff.
In his stand-up, he didn't do it as much. In his movies, absolutely. Unless you talk about George Carlin. George Carlin is timeless. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The stuff he talks about, if you don't know what year it is, it could be pretty much now. Because it's broad spectrum human behavior type stuff and observations. There's a few things that are dated. There was one time he was talking about certain phrases and slang terms and whatnot. And those were dated. Not all of them, but probably 30% of them were like, oh, well, nobody says that anymore.
Give it a while, it'll come back around.
Oh, yeah, it will. I mean, it's still good comedy, and it still holds up, but it's dated. And, if you put it in front of a 20-something crowd, a lot of them are going to be like, nobody says that. So, yeah, if you're going to do a shtick like that, it's important to make sure you get shit that was around since your grandparents were kids, and they still use it. Like, don't put that hot dog in that hole. There's a phrase that everybody can always use.
They had comedy back then? Oh yeah, Kennison yelled. But I liked him though.
I like him more now that I'm older. Toast. Oh, we're 8 minutes out.
We are. I drank all my tea. Oh, there's a little bit left.
I want to give a quick toast to Dez, to Dan, to Kennedy, and all the other folks who support us and hang out. Whether it's with the Kickstarter, whether it's with sharing posts, and anything in between, guys. We truly appreciate your comments, your interaction, and you showing up when you do. Thank you very much.
Here's to you guys.
Absolutely. Don't drink it all. You have nothing left for the credits.
There's a little bit.
There you go.
I have to make more tea after this. So, who are we going to raid?
Oh. Let's see here. Who are we going to raid? Give me a second. I got to whip out my keyboard. You're not guilty by association. You're just guilty. You're directly involved in that shit. But that's something else. One time I was talking to Mo, and Mo says, oh, I don't feel like I helped that much. But you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Showing up, chatting with us, sharing the channel, etc., etc. I know I'm very close on the Kickstarter, and that's Daniel just bumped it up an extra $30 or so above what it was, and yeah, we are 95% there. So another $46. We've hit the goal, and all day tomorrow is just pushing for the stretch goals. And watch me attack everybody that comes into the stream with, the big yellow one is my Kickstarter. You're welcome, Andrea. Okay, what do we got here? We got Lady Desiree. We can go raid her, or Pint Size Fun. Lady Desiree has less viewers. It's all geeks.
Whoever has less.
Okay.
Yeah, we've rated her before, right?
We have once or twice, and she does interact, and she's good with that, and all that sort of stuff. So I think I will support that one.
And Daniel, you just let us know if you get Elizabeth to play tonight, and then we'll do that.
Yeah.
You have 2 hours.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Oh, we got 5 minutes left. We could just have a staring contest with the screen. That's always good, right? There you go. Oh, I won. You blinked. Should eat something. Absolutely. Your blood sugar is important there, Des.
And drink water. I know you're a water person. What?
He is.
I was talking.
I'm sorry.
What?
Tell me when you're done.
I'm done.
Okay. Tomorrow when I do the noise, I'd just be like...
See, I wore my pink eyeshadow since our guest was pink. Pink Cocoon.
I haven't eaten anything but coffee nut M&M since yesterday. Just one.
I love those. Oh my god. They're my favorite. I can't find them out here now. I'm done.
And Dan's eating smoked salmon. I once smoked Eden salmon. They're in 7-Eleven. I don't know if I've ever tried them. Have I ever tried them?
Not up here. Well, we don't have a 7-Eleven up here. So.
Thank you for the bits. You're the man.
When I was in Gloucester, they had them at Wawa and stuff, but I'm nowhere near it anymore. I'm not driving an hour for it now.
Fuck that driving thing. We do live in the middle of nowhere. That'll change one day. Not too long. Yeah. Because, yeah, we're kind of tired of living in the nowhere.
It's okay, but...
You have a possum under your car to prove it. You and your weird dates.
Oh, my goodness.
Here,
Did you take the possum from here?
Yes, he did. Remember he hit a possum on the way over here?
No.
Here.
It was plain possum. It's okay.
It's not just plain one. Okay, I'm going to put something in here. You guys can all copy paste it. I'll put a little arrow, so don't copy paste the arrow like somebody else once did. This is what you can put in when we do the raid. There we go. Put that right there. And then I'll put this here. And I'll do this here. There we go. Okay. So you guys can copy paste that once we go over on the raid, which we've got. What do we? It's like a minute and a half. Okay, I guess I got to set up the music and everything. Get our outro all good to go. Hey everyone, thanks for hanging out. Bye everyone. I think who else is still here? It's pretty much just these guys, right? I think that's it, right?
There's like 7 or 8 people.
There is.
They just don't want to talk.
We love our lurkers too. I mean, platonically, not like, you know, in a dark alley, right?
Not biblically.
That's right. It's probably best we don't do that. I'm just saying. Okay. Let's start some closing music here. Thanks for joining us in the discussion shenanigans tonight. You are the one thing that makes the show what it is. Don't forget to join us at the tavern next week. Until then, have fun, keep learning, and be good to one another. Now, raise your glass in good cheer. Enjoy the small moments every day and steamy dreams every night. Poke! Raid initiated. Stop that and the